Hello and welcome to Lord's Brewing Co. Channel of Love, where there's no drama. It's a nice place. And today we have the lovely Emma Bond from Jim's Bottle Shop, which you can see in the background.
Hello.
How you doing? Are you right, Emma?
Yeah, all good.
Thank you.
Settled in for the night.
Thank you for coming in. What are you drinking?
Thanks for having me.
What you got?
I've got, it's Brew York's latest thing. So they're doing this can club for bottle shops where we get first dibs every week. They send us something out before it goes anywhere else. And it's called Abraham Lincoln. Guess what's in it?
Go on.
Lingonberries.
Yeah.
Yeah, grapefruit, lime and ginger sour. It's all right, actually. It's not as sour as I thought it would be, considering it says puckerability is 4 out of 5. It's not, but it's nice. It's drinkable.
Lingonberries always makes me think of IKEA when you go in and you get meatballs, and then there's always in the Leeds one. There's a lady who's always very Yorkshire and goes gravy berries every time. And if you say
are you asking me? Are you calling me?
Yeah. Gravy berries, and it always makes me laugh. So yeah. So okay, shall we have a look at who's in the house tonight? We've got Window Beer Reviews with Thomas. Hi everyone, how you doing?
Hi.
Lee W from Lose. So Lee, Jim's Bottle Shop is in Horsforth, so not far.
Yeah, come and see me.
Yeah. Josh Edwards, how do everyone? He's from Huddersfield. We've got please like and share. Thank you very much, Thomas. Yes, if you could like it and share it, that'd be really nice. Get the old YouTube algorithm going. Sobieski, evening all. Hello, mate. Oh God, I had a Chinese earlier. Outrageous.
And it's not the rubbish beer you're drinking, is it? It's the Chinese.
Recently, all I've drunk is rubbish beer on here, to be honest. Phil says, hello, good evening. And then we've got, hi, Emma. And good evening, everyone. Beer Dog, that's our man, Chris. We're doing all right, mate. Cheers, beers. Gold Drake, we've got a few in the house today. Hi, all. Hope you're all well. And then we've got, all right, sorry, yes, there's a lot of chatting. Everyone chats amongst themselves. Quite. Oh,
lovely.
It's a lovely community. Everybody kind of knows each other. It's funny. There's only a handful I know what they look like. Everybody else, I just know them by their handles. So
yeah, I've got some people like that as well who like follow the shop and they very rarely come in. And when they do, I sort of know them through their Instagram more than I do actually knowing them. And of course, I'm always like, hey, how are you? And they always talk to me like they know me because I'm very personal on there. And then I'm like, how do you know? Oh, I posted it.
Yeah, that's right. You're like, oh, okay.
And I'm like, are you following me? No.
T1000 is Mike the brewer.
Hey, Mike the brewer.
You know Mike. He comes to the shop with us.
I do.
Yeah, Trigger Mike. He's a legend. And everyone's chatting. So I thought I'd ask you a few questions. In the comments, if you've got any questions for Emma, she is totally beer aficionado compared to me. So if you've got
you're just setting me up to fail.
Well, no, you'll be better than me. For a start, I'm drinking cheap lager because I couldn't get out to the brewery or the shop today. And the only reason I popped out is because I had to go out. And then the kids were all sat in the van looking at me at, why can't we go? Yeah, bad parenting. So I'm going to ask you a question. Tell us about Jim's Bottle Shop and how it came about.
All right, so Jim's is it's my baby. It's actually not owned by me, but it is very much my baby. It's teeny tiny, as you well know. It's miniature, isn't it? People keep telling me we should try and get it sort of classed as the smallest bar in Leeds. I'm not sure if we are, but it feels like it at times. We're fairly small. But my focus, so we came about, Chris is the owner. He's got Woodlawn Coffee Shop next door. And he was like, had this spare unit. I want to have a bottle shop. I want to have craft beer. I don't know anything about craft beer. Was pretty much how it went. He likes his beer, but he doesn't really know much about it in terms of, all the new breweries that are up and coming, things like that. I used to go in the coffee shop, got chatting to him, and it was, hey, you know what you're talking about. Why don't we do this together? So that was where I came in and sort of took the reins and completely took it over. And now he just leaves me to it. He's not allowed to beer anymore.
Is he not allowed in?
No, he comes in and he doesn't have a clue what beer I've got in most of the time. So that's quite fun. But yeah, the focus, I always said I wanted the focus to be on local breweries, supporting all the small local. The other day, off the top of my head, I could name 17 local Leeds breweries off the top of my head, just popping up left, right, and centre. That's sort of how I found you guys as well, wasn't it? Just looking for more local, little, really sort of up and coming breweries. That's like my main focus. I do get some of the stuff in from elsewhere, but yeah, I think there's enough cracking breweries around here that we should really get more of them sort of up and running and going further. I love to showcase all the little guys.
That's it. I mean, if anybody's wondering, the background on this live stream is actually the shop itself. And if you look just above Emma's head on the left, that is a bottle of Winter Hill, Amaro Joe, Cadillac Outlaw, and I think that's Roy.
Yes.
So that's when we only did bottles. So come a long way since then. This must be an older photo.
It is a really old photo, actually.
Yeah, that's when Salt's up there, and they were new then, weren't they? Salt.
Yeah. They hadn't been on the scene. Trying to see what else there is on there.
There's loads of Brew York, bit of Magic Rock.
Yeah, some all gluten-free. That's all gluten-free stuff there. So. Yeah, and I haven't had that particular brewery in for a while. First Chop, that is, all their gluten-free bits. So
nice. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Really cool. I mean, I just thought it's a great shop, and there's 2 signs in this shop.
No, I knew you.
You knew I was going to bring
We're changing them, actually. We're actually changing them soon.
I love it. So there's this one here for cherry pies, which they don't do cherry pies. And then there's another one sort of that just sort of above along where the Brew York beers are. And that says tacos, doesn't it?
It says tacos, $1.99. And the amount of people yesterday, someone came in yesterday and went, "Hey, you got any tacos on?" And I was just like, "No, we don't sell tacos." It was just Chris's idea, because Chris is from like a design background. He's brilliant at all that sort of stuff. You might not be able to see it, but he did all our amazing artwork and things. This is our gym character. So he did all of this amazing stuff. But sometimes the practicalities. I said to him at the time, I was like, "Oh, Chris, every single person coming in here will want a taco." And he went, "No, don't be silly. No. Every single customer."
And I like to wind you up about it. Just to make it
when the beer garden opens, I'm getting a taco van parked out front. I am. I'm having tacos.
That'd be amazing. Mike said that's back when we had labels for Amaro Joe. It is. We haven't. We're talking about. In fact, it was a conversation we had today about re-releasing Amaro Joe. But I have I've got somebody else that really wants to do a coffee beer with us. So I'm trying to do like a 3-way collaboration on that. But also, there's 2 other people that we could also launch their beers that we've already done and do it as a trio. So it's not an easy task, but it could be really cool. So Amaro Joe will be back.
Good, because I really enjoyed it, and I'm weird with coffee beer. It takes a lot for me to like a coffee beer.
It's pretty mental, isn't it? I mean, it's as soon as you crack that lid, all you smell is coffee. It's like
that usually scares me a bit though, because I'm not a coffee drinker. Like, I love coffee cake, I'll eat that all day, but I don't drink coffee, and I find it gets so bitter in a lot of beers. I had one a while ago, I can't think who it was by, and I took one sip and I was just like, it was just like bitter on bitter on bitter with no other sort of tone and no other notes to it whatsoever. But yours was I described it to someone as being more like a latte sort of coffee flavour. It's creamier, it's smoother, it's not as in your face, and I enjoy that a bit more if I'm going to have a coffee beer.
Well, thank you for saying that. Mike said, no, don't change them. He doesn't want you to change the signs. I like the signs. I think they're really cool. I mean, the only thing is, you're probably wanting more shelf space, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going to take the cherry pie one out, I think, when we reopen, just so, like, when we reopen properly as a bar, just so that I've got extra space. You know how I've rearranged everything? I've got all my pails and IPAs together and everything else at the minute. I'm now trying to think, well, hopefully we're going to get a good summer. I'm going to need more room for sort of more sours and lagers. So I want to have, it gives me, if I take that sign out, I've got 12 extra cans in a row. So.
Well, that's it. It's
gotta do it. More beer, the better.
More stuff to sell. Beer Dog, you don't have to apologise. It's, it's all good. I'm going to be burping.
Yeah, enjoy your chili.
Yeah, I had a Chinese earlier, and I'm stuffed.
Oh, what did you have?
I had sweet and sour chicken. Really unexciting, nice. But I like it. I wanted just like, that they do it right, and it's not going to be a letdown. So I had that. I had beef chow mein, and I had rice.
Very nice.
It did the job.
Very nice.
I feel a bit fat now, though. Evening, Bill. So Paul's Beer Reviews is also having his dinner. His missus works as a paramedic in the London ambulance service, so he has to make he looks after the food. He's a good lad.
Yeah,
he's a
quite
good
right. Lad. Sounds great.
Everybody's saying hello to Paul. It's the most popular person in here. Oh yeah, they're talking about Paul's box. Got a box of beer. Looked like it had been kicked down the stairs. And nobody else's was. Everybody else got their delivery perfectly.
Did you kick it down the stairs?
Well, he did a really bad review of Sunset Cocoa, so we were joking that Mike the brewer, roughed it up before he sent it out. This sounds good. Cheers, all. Cool, Phil. Just sub Western Beer Reviews. Oh yeah, Western Beer Reviews. Give him a sub. Why not? I need some subs as well. Feel free. There's lots of hello. It's Scott Wonder. How you doing? Nice to see you. So we're doing. I might have no beard after the weekend, Emma, because
really,
yeah, Scott Wonder are doing a charity 12-hour live stream, and there's loads of people coming on, and it's to raise money for Great Ormond Street.
Oh, amazing!
So I've said that I'll shave my beard off for enough money.
Oh, how much is enough? What's your minimum?
See, I originally said $1,000, but then they might all be giving out, giving everything that they've already got. So I don't know. I'm just gonna. I
shaved my hair off for charity a few years ago. You can definitely shave your beard off if I shaved all my hair off.
No way, you didn't, did you?
Yeah, wow. All off, gone. I loved it.
Wow, it's very easy.
I looked very similar to you.
The problem is when I shave this off, the bottom of my head is the same shape as the top of it, and it's dead straight there. So I look like a Tic Tac. That's the only thing. So yeah, not a great thing. Like and share everybody. Yeah, give us some likes, and we'll get more people in here. Sub to you, Paul. Lots going on in the comments. Okay, so I've got another question for you.
Go on.
This might be a deep one. It might take a long time, but I want to hear it. How did you end up in the beer trade?
So I don't know if I've ever actually told you. I spent most of my childhood in a pub. I grew up in a pub. My mum and dad were publicans for a long time. So I've always enjoyed it. I've always, been surrounded by drunk people. Growing up, you couldn't do anything. There were drunk people everywhere. And I think it's one of those things that like I just sort of fell back into. I was a teaching assistant for quite a long time working with SEN children. And I just realised I was quite, as much as I loved the kids, I was a bit miserable doing it because it just was like, it ate away at my soul a little bit because you fall at every single kid, you just love them like they're your own. And there's only so much you can do for them. And then not getting the support that I needed at times, I just thought, I can't do this. I'm so knackered already. And I ended up in hospital.
Wow.
My dad, Steve Cron there. It was a very good pub. Yes, it was, Dad. Yes, it was.
Hey, Dad.
That's my pop. So yeah, and I just thought, I can't do it. I'm knackered. I'm tired. I'm sad. I'm miserable. I'm covered in bite marks. I'm covered in bruises. I'm leaving. And I went to, so my husband worked for Leeds Brewery, and I know the area manager, and I went, oh, do you want to give me a job? Anyway, yeah, go on then. Got me doing all the social media, all the event side of stuff because I like to be organised. And I just fell back in love with it. I absolutely love it. I love beer. I love alcohol in general. And I just, I enjoy finding new things. I enjoy finding all these amazing new beers all the time and getting to like just geek out about it. So.
And for those that don't know, Emma, every time I go to the shop, we end up chatting for ages, and Emma will teach me stuff from the beer. She'll just talk, and I'm learning stuff, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, what's that? Oh, so it's kind of funny. And everybody loves Emma. So in the trade, if you speak to any other breweries, they know who Emma is. They're like, oh, Emma's so nice. So R2 Michaels.
None of you know me.
Yeah. She's like evil in the background. Paul's hiding
it's all a ploy.
Yeah, Paul's hiding under the table just there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all our guys. We all like working with you. So
thanks.
Yeah, you're a star. I've got another question then. So hang on, let's quickly, because I'm always behind on the comments, and Shark has turned up all the way from California.
Hiya.
How you doing, Sharky baby? So Shark always abuses me for being so behind on the comments. So I thought I needed to. Yeah. So hi Shark, and then we got Western Beer Reviews gave a sub to Paul, and so that's what we're fueled on here at YouTube, is trying to get subscribers.
Yeah.
It's
I'm gonna have to just take a layer off.
Okay.
Don't get too excited.
No,
not anymore.
Not that kind of channel. Not that kind of my first visit to a pub is to the Royal Oak, half owned by James May after lockdown.
Oh, so lovely.
I took him some beer down for that. The Royal Oak at Swallowcliff. So we took him some beer down to help him get
Mm.
open. But obviously it's all shut again, so I might have to go back down again. So
soon.
Oh gosh, innit? So here's a question for you. So obviously you have loads of beer in.
Yeah.
You must try good beers, bad beers.
Yeah.
What makes a good beer for you?
Well, it's got to be over 5%, otherwise it's not really beer. It's sort of saying that this Abraham Lincoln is only 4.2, so that's probably why I was like, oh, it's all right. Not strong enough for me, is it? But I like a strong beer. But for me, it's having really clear flavors. Like if you're going to tell me that, oh, it's such and such, it's got this in it, and I can't taste it, what's the point? I like to have those really strong flavors. So one of my it is my all-time favorite beer. Nothing has ever beat it. You've probably seen me on the gym's Instagram wax lyrical about it. The Sagatuck Brewery Neapolitan Ice Cream Stout. Oh, nothing has ever come close to that beer for me. It is just everything about it is perfect. You get every single layer of flavor. You get your vanilla, you get your chocolate, you get your strawberry, and it's just so beautifully made that I think, for me, that's what makes a good beer. It's got to have those flavours there. If it's wishy-washy, I don't care. Don't want it.
Yeah, so you want a coffee beer to taste like coffee. You want a winter spiced ale to taste spiced.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that.
Even just like a New England IPA, I want to get those. I tried one the other day. I won't name and shame. I got some samples through, and I had like 2 sips of it and went, well, this isn't a New England IPA. It didn't have any of the flavours that you should get from it. I was like, this is just dishwater. I wasn't impressed because I like it doesn't taste of what I expect it to taste. So it doesn't have those lovely tropical notes and that lovely zingy hit at the end. So
Do you know though? I think NEPAs are, how can I explain it? I think they're in a place where there's almost like NEPA fatigue now. People are kind of.
My next beer is a NEPA.
There you go. Signature Brew. Oh, I love it. I tell you what, Signature Brew. They have such a cool Instagram. They're set up and they have the bands on with all the tanks there and the lights.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I'd not come across them until a few weeks ago. They got in touch and just said, we're sending you some samples out. And I took like 3 sips. I was like literally 3 sips into the beer. It was Sustain. And I went, oh, this is great. And just put an order in there. I was like, this is really good. So they're beautiful. And I love that they're part of that music scene as well. Because obviously Paul's a musician. So sort of got dragged into the music scene through him. And it's quite important to me. And I enjoy knowing there's other breweries out there that are sort of combining the two, same as you.
Yeah, we love our music and our beer. Although the next beer is to do with cars. The next 3 beers are to do with cars. We've got Silver Spur coming out. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I knew that's what I was going to get. And then so Silver Spur is just one that we were going to can, and then we didn't because we were running out of time, and now we're doing it. Excuse me, Chinese. And then we've got one called Band One out. That got brewed this week, and that's about Smoking the Bandit.
Huh.
Band One was the registration plate of the Trans Am. So I'm just I like cars, Emma. I know you're not.
I do, and I try and act interested, but I don't know what you're saying.
No, it's fine. It's fine. This is what I get. Like, so Paul's Beer Reviews does stuff with football, kicks balls around and teaches people and all that. And I don't know anything about it. So I just sit there like I'm lost.
Yeah, I have to do that when my Paul starts going on about music and stuff. He, bless him, yesterday he was trying to tell me something about a musician, and I was just sat there going, and he went, and you're not interested, are you? And I was like, no, I am. I just don't understand. You're using words I don't know.
That's it. I get it. Josh Edwards, did I meet James May? Yes, in the lift going up. But if you go to Food Tribe's Spotify, their first podcast has me on it. So I recorded a podcast with Food Tribe with James May's crew. So we want to do something more with him, but I haven't done it yet. I meant to. Everything's kind of up in the air. So we're redoing our business plan. We're moving forward with. We can't just stay doing what we're doing, and it's a perfect time to sort of change things up after lockdown. So I've got 3 months to build a bigger business plan. I say bigger, more thorough. Look at where we're at, look at where we want to go, get everybody with the same vision, and then we've got to crack on. But in that process is we want to go to Brew London and display our beer there. We also want to do something with James May, and there's another project in the sidelines which I can't talk about.
Exciting.
So it's all kind of, nothing's really official. It's all fluid. So, yeah.
Nice.
Favourite style, Emma, of beer?
Well, I'm a stout girl through and through. I absolutely love a good stout. But to be honest, I'll try anything once. I'm not particularly fussy. There's very few styles that I'll absolutely refuse to drink. we have got a Coca-Cola sour in at the minute that I was just like, absolutely no chance. I am not trying that. Because I know I won't like it. Sounds awful. Yeah, well, I'll save you a can, but it's not for me. I'm not a fan of cola anyway, so I know I won't like it.
Do you not like Coca-Cola?
No, I hate it. I hate like fizzy soft drinks. I hate them.
I get that. If as growing up, I had a choice of a can of Coke or a can of Shandy, I'd always have. Remember Panda Shandy?
Yeah.
That's right.
I bought some not long ago, actually. At Christmas, Morrison's had a load of. They had that. They had little bottles of Snowball and was it cherry wine with the little deer on the front? The really old school bottles, like the cherry white.
Was it Baby Sham? No.
I think it was from the same people as Baby Sham. But yeah, I just was like, oh my God. So I just bought a load and was drinking that.
Oh dear.
I've still got a Snowball in the fridge, actually. I might have it tonight. I was like, yeah!
Why not? Why not? Yeah, we want to do some more. Well, we've right. So our porter, we would say is a porter, but having drunk some of the stouts this year, well, and last, I'm like, they're not stouts. They're more porters. I really think they are. Like a proper stout for us is a lot thicker than a porter.
Yeah, it's got to have much more body, and I always think as well porters tend to be they've almost got like that vinegar edge to them, I find as well. They've always got that slightly astringent touch to them. So yeah. What did you think of ours, by the way?
I liked it, yeah. I thought the problem was I'd had quite a few beers previous.
If you didn't like it, you just have to say it's fine.
No. I liked it. It had that. It said what it did what it said on the tin. It just.
I wanted more papaya from it.
Yes.
I really pushed for more fruit, and the other three went, no, we're not doing that.
It needed a bit.
I was outvoted.
Yeah, it needed a bit more, but I will say it wasn't bad. If I hadn't, the problem was it was the last bink. Where's that word come from? The last bink that I had. It's like beer and drink.
Beer, drink.
A bink. It was the last beer that I drank, and I'd ruined it because I'd had all sorts of weird stuff before that, and my palate was all to cots.
Yeah.
But I didn't drink it and go, oh, I didn't enjoy that. I remember thinking, yeah, that's right.
All right, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's all right. But I should have had it on its own first of all. I apologise. I'll definitely have another.
It's quite all right.
I'll have another one.
Yeah.
You are all beer aficionados, are we? Thanks, Phil.
I just like this stuff. I don't think I know much about it. I just like to drink it.
I'm like that. I've got to admit, of late, all I've drunk is Pilsner and lager. I'm
on the brink of divorcing Paul because every night for the last 3 weeks I come home and he's got like a Carlsberg and it's not Carlsberg. No, it is a Carlsberg, and I'm just like, oh,
no, that is bad.
That's not acceptable.
So we do a show called The Fab Show, food and beer on a Wednesday night, every other Wednesday night. And we do like.
Oh, I've got a proposal in the comments, guys. I've got a proposal.
See that.
If I wasn't already.
34 minutes in, and you've had a proposal.
Yes. That was my aim, to come out with backup husbands.
It works. It works. I don't. I've never had a backup husband from this.
I've got. Yeah, I need one.
I've completely forgotten what I was saying. What was I saying? Mine's gone blank.
Beer and food.
Food and beer show, and they make it like everybody's like, oh, what's the best beer you can buy for £1? What's the best what's the cheapest beer? And then somebody said, right, you've got to try. We tried Carlsberg with Iron Brew, and actually, that's not half bad. But Carlsberg on its own, terrible.
I'm
What
not
can
sure
do
I
wrong?
trust that judgment though. How much had you had to drink before that?
I had nothing. I'd had nothing. It was like the first thing to try.
Oh,
I'm not
fair
saying I would
enough.
go out and buy it, but if there was nothing else at a barbecue, that is a what, and there's just Carlsberg, and you see a bottle of Iron Brew, get it in
Yeah.
there.
One of my friends likes to do, what is it? Guinness mixed with Smirnoff Ice. Yeah. I can't remember what it's called. It's a something Badger, I think. Something Badger.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, no thanks, I'm not trying that.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Have you
Well,
tried though, going back to Iron Brew, have you tried the Iron Brew Sour from Vault City? Because that is spectacular.
no. You know what I'm like? I'm getting into sours. I'm working my way. I had a Gers a while ago,
Yeah.
and I've had a Lambic.
Just got to find the right one. Find your
Yeah.
right. It's like any gateway drug. Find the right one and you're fine.
I feel like when I drink them that I'm drinking heartburn for later on. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, but you've got to find the right one then. You've just got to find the one that sings to you. So I've got one in at the minute from Ridgeside that's amazing. It's a lemon curd sour. And it's just beautiful. The lactose in it just stops it being too sour and just, beautiful stuff.
I like lemon as a flavour. Back now, false alarm, bloody dog. So Chris is this big dude, black heavy, is it black heavy metal, mega death, heavy rock? I don't know. And he looks like a proper biker dude. He's got the long hair, looks like he's going to rip your face off. And he's got this little tiny dog called Tyrion that rules that house. And so
always the way.
He's like, I've got to go. Dog needs a walk. He's just hilarious. So we call it the Dog King Tyrion.
You've got to pamper your dogs. That's what they're there for. I mean, you've seen in the shop, I've got my big jar of dog treats. I know more dog names than I do customer names.
True. That's true. Here we go. Paul says, King Tyrion does not poop on command. That's true.
You need to train him better.
You'll see Chris trying to do a review, and then always like, and he sees like, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Sorry, I've just completely not read it. I think Nipas have been done to death. If a new one comes along that is phenomenal, then that is fantastic. But there are so many run-of-the-mill ones now. I think it's going down the line. It's interesting that you would say, Emma, that one that you had didn't taste like a Nipa. And I think that's the thing with it. We've never done one because by the time we kind of thought we were going to do it, then pandemic hit, and then we've held back because, to be honest, see it dying a death. So I think it's the same thing that happened when we started. Everything was pale ale this, pale ale that. Then everything was IPA.
Yeah, IPAs is the one that stands out for me. It's like, it's another IPA.
They're so wide, and we're guilty of that. We do the same, but it's so that we know we're going to sell it. And you hear people, I've totally got into my IPAs.
Yeah, that's the thing. I get a lot of sort of craft beer newbies coming in who, some of them they don't know anything else but IPA. I had a guy come in the other day. You would have laughed yourself something silly at me. I could see myself just like dying a little inside. He came in. He was like, "All right, love." He was an older gentleman, never been in before, and I instantly knew as soon as I saw him. I was like, "Oh, you're in the wrong place." And he came in and he goes, "All right, love. I'm doing a Zoom with me mates tonight, and we're doing a themed beer night, and it's America. You got any American beers in?" I was like, I focus on local craft breweries, so it's all from the UK, mostly in Yorkshire, blah blah blah. But I've got some American pale ales and things like that, which it's an American style beer. And I was trying to explain to him, you've got these styles. And he was like, well, does it say America on it? I was like, yes, it says APA, which stands for American Pale Ale. And you've got your West Coast and and he was just like, yes, but all I need is a beer that's bloody American. I need an American brewery. And I was like, go to Morrison's. I totally was like, oh, please stop.
Well,
I'm so wound up with him.
Oh man, it's the fact that they get really cross and talk to you like you're really stupid.
Yeah.
My lovely wife has come in. Could you do me a favor?
Lovely wife.
Grab me another beer out the fridge, because otherwise I have to leave Emma on her own. And she's already.
Will I cope?
Yeah. Josh Edwards says, Emma, will you marry me? Yes. So yeah, she's doing all right. So I can wax lyrical, pardon the pun, on metal till the cows come home. Me and music go together like beer and nuts. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Beer Dog, Paul's Beer Reviews, Shark, Audi guys. Thank you, darling. She's a star. Honestly,
she is.
She looks after me. People tell me off in the comments because I'll go, can you get me a beer? And she'll go and get me one. And they're like, oh, my wife would throw the beer at me.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm always like, go get your own. It's enough that I buy that, like, bring him the beer home from the shop that he can go and get it from the fridge by himself.
Yeah, but see, oh no, I can't even say that. Are you off? Oh, right. Can you just hand me that thing that you bought? I want to show people this. So I saw this in the shop, in the cupboard, and I thought, it's a nerd's rope, right? The sweets.
Right, yeah.
Berry. And I thought, that looks cool.
Are they all individual?
No, it's like one big straw with all nerds stuck to it, right? And I thought, oh, that must be the kids.
No, it's mine.
It's Lydia's.
Nothing wrong with that. I got a massive bag of pick and mix on my way to work the other day. We've got. Have you seen the little old-fashioned sweet shop on Town Street?
Yes.
Yeah. So Bob, who owns that, I go in now and he's literally like, hi, Emma. And he just starts filling this bag because he knows what I like. He's like, here's some foam bananas. Here are some zazzies. He just knows. And I just come out with a bag that is like as big. One of my regulars bought me a bag the other day, actually. And I kid you not, it was as big as my head. This bag was like this. And it was just full of all my favorite pick and mix. And I was like, oh my God, I love you all so much.
That's awesome.
My regulars know me. They know me. And they were like, here's some sweets. And oh God, can't go wrong with a bag of pick and mix.
No, it's true. It's true. It completely ruins your beer though. But if you drink
yeah. Not that I drink at work.
Oh, that's true. I was in a bottle shop and they were selling beer older than 2 years. They were beers that were not meant for aging.
Ooh, bet that was nice.
Yeah. But saying that, if it had been kept in the fridge really cold, it'd probably lagered itself, so it would be kind of interesting to see.
But even then, if you're going to go into the legal side of it shouldn't be selling. Yeah.
Alan Mead says, yo. Alan Mead is all the way over in Ireland. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Alan recently got married. I've completely lost where I am. In the comments, there I am. Oi, Lee W. Lee W. Evening, buddy. You good? Happy Wednesday, all. Mr. Mead. That's very formal. And I like the handshake on that. That's a very formal way.
We're not allowed to shake hands yet.
No, yeah, you can't do that in here. I'm kidding. I'm a little squiffy. Had a couple. Good for you, mate.
Good.
It was an improvement on Carlsberg, definitely. It was definitely. Paul's great. Black Paul's beer, great. Paul's beer, great, mate. Paul's beer. Oh, right, okay, I get it. Western Beer Reviews. How are you, buddy? Anna, mate. See, everyone's so friendly with one another.
Yeah, I like it.
It's good.
I feel like I am just sat in gyms because this is what happens. People who come in who are new. So the gym's layout for people who've not been in, you've got sort of your main shop area is this big square area with all the shelving that you can see there. And then I've got a little L-shaped bar, and then there's a bit more seating directly opposite my bar area. And that is where all my regulars sit. They come in, and there are nights where I have maybe half a metre square that I can move in, because my regulars just actually creep all the way around to my side of the bar. we cram them in, and it's so funny because you'll get all my regulars that end, and then all my newbies coming in for the first time. They're a bit shy. They all sit in like the shop area near the window. Doesn't matter though, because by the end of the night, they're all now part of the in crowd, and everyone's like, yeah, all there. And it's just like this. Everyone gets chatting, and people who didn't know each other 20 minutes ago are all suddenly talking to each other, and it's fabulous. I miss it so much. I can't wait to have everyone in again.
Yeah, I know.
It's so lonely.
I know. I'm like that. I've been inundated with requests for birthday parties and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, like, can I have a party? And we're like, we're not doing it. And the reason we're not, we've got to see what the rules are. But I think we might do some events at our tap room, but only for us.
Yeah. So, I'm going to be very slow to getting back in the day when we used to. So my shop has, how many seats has it got? 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got 8 seats in there, but I've had 34 people, 3 dogs, and a house rabbit all in there at once. So the house rabbit is called Rosie Posy Pudding and Pie.
Nice.
And it's going to be a long, long time before I have that many people in there again. And I can't wait till I can. But in the meantime, just, keep them spread out. We've got the beer garden on the way, so that'll help as well.
Yes. I heard your crowdfunding. Did you reach your target, or is it still going?
We didn't just reach our target. I went £1,000 over my target. People just kept throwing money at me. I was like, guys, I've got enough money now. And they were like, here's another 50 quid. Here's another 100 quid. It was amazing.
Wow.
So I've got to now produce. Yeah, I've got to produce the best beer garden in Horsford now. So I can't wait.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be awesome. Paul's beer review says, I think mountain IPAs could catch on. You can only have a few
in recently, actually. I have noticed there's been a lot more breweries like, here's a mountain IPA. And that I've become very aware of trends and sort of cycles in beer at the minute. And mountain IPAs I've seen a fair few of recently.
I think you've got to, it's the climbing that does me. You have to climb to the top before you can have it.
Get off the stage. That is such a bad joke.
I'm a dad. I'm allowed to do dad jokes. You're right, Emma. I know nothing about beer, but I know what I like.
Yeah. And that's really what matters, isn't it? You don't have to really know anything as long as you know what you like.
That's true. Paul's beer reviews. Surprisingly, we don't have. Oh gosh, start again, people. I'm like this all the time. Paul's beer reviews. Surprisingly, we don't have a brewery doing a mountain IPA here. There you go. There was
makes more sense.
It wasn't just me being a nugget. So there we go. The BitChute on YouTube, the Corbett report on Bill Gates and Bill Gates' story. There you go. Get out of shop now, you silly pilly. Marry me first. Oh, you got 2 now. You've got 2 offers.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It's, gosh, I'm way behind. I'm behind on the comments again. Leah Miles has competition now. So Leah Miles is a lady that comes on here and some of the other channels, and she loves beer. And all the guys are always asking her loads of questions.
So me and Leah need to just get on with our own thing, don't we? And just,
Sharp Brewing, home brewing, no brews in Cali, brewing a mountain IPA. Are you a fan, Kev? I love a good Imperial Stout or a BA Stout, but I'm a massive Dipper or Tipper fan. Just love the beer I do. So Lee Brew.
No, you don't just love the beer. You love the strong beer.
So Lee homebrews, and I've tried. He had a mint stout that was really nice.
Ooh.
But he had some of our 5.9 Pilsner a while ago in a keg that he put on his keg machine. Didn't end very well. I think I got him in trouble with his missus. So,
Oh dear.
yeah. Alan Mead put, I love a double
Dry, double dry hopped IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah. that took both of us a moment, didn't it?
A dipper.
See, I just think sometimes you go. That's another thing. I feel like everyone is just double dry hopping everything, and it can get a bit much at times. Also, I got so peeved last summer when one brewery double dry hopped their kegs and then didn't put a hop filter on them and blocked my Linda machine with lovely massive plugs of dried hops. Furious, absolutely furious. There was, by the time I cleared it, there was just beer all up one wall.
Oh, wow.
And all over me as well. I was covered in beer. It was just, I was very, very upset.
I don't blame you. I would be too. Alan says, "Hi, Emma."
Hi, Alan.
Hey, Alan. There's lots of highs. Paulsbury. Sorry, Gary. I just completely passed you by, Gary. I'm sorry, mate.
Rude.
I'm just trying to catch up. I'm always behind. Paulsbury reviews. I would hope I would try. Oh, I can't talk. Alan Mead, what you drinking, buddy? Hi, Lids. Yeah, that's how far behind I am. Evening all. Simo Sucks Beer. How are you, mate? My homebrew shop also has cans and bottles for sale and has 4 taps. Ain't bad, is it? Phil, he's having a Baskeland Marshmallow Sprinkle IPA.
That sounds incredible.
That does sound epic. That sounds like even my daughter would love beer with sprinkles in. Sprinkles, man. Emma, do you get many students visit from Leeds Trinity? Alas goes there that I might be.
Alas goes there.
Oh, alas. Oh, God.
So yeah, Yorkshire accent. Come on. Alas goes there. Might be an excuse for to come over from Huddersfield. There you go.
Nailed it, Emma. Nailed it. I'm really sorry, Jeff. I was born in the south. My mum's from Wakefield. My dad was from London, and he was half Irish.
I'm originally south, but I'm an adopted Yorkshire girl now, so
okay,
that's fine. I'm assimilated into the Yorkshire way of life. No, I don't get many students. Well, I don't know. Maybe I do, but none of them outright tell me they're students. And also, it's been that long since students have been allowed to come into uni. I just don't know, actually. I think I get a fair few.
Well, you're a bit set back, aren't you, from that?
Well, we do a lot of that. So there's a pub called the Old Bull, which is where most of the students go, and that's like the other end of Horsforth to where I am. But yeah, I think I've had a few in. There were a couple before 2020 dumped its load on us. We were actually, I did have like a little group of students that would come in every week, and I'd start offering them, like I did like student discount for them and stuff, but it's been a while since I had anyone like that home. I used to get half the Leeds Rhinos rugby team in. I missed them. So yeah.
Tough, isn't it?
It makes me so sad.
It's okay. Well, I missed out on loads of people that I would normally see. However, met all these guys and girls on YouTube.
Yeah, I found that actually the online community has been a bit of a lifesaver for a lot of things, hasn't it? So.
Oh, Window Beer review with Thomas. I'm on his channel on Monday. Yeah. I'm a guest. He's gonna interview me.
You.
I'm just hoping he doesn't ask me anything technical because I haven't a clue.
Ask him all the technical.
Don't.
The technical. Do it.
I don't know anything about beer. I know how to build a business, but beer is. I love it. I just don't know all the finite stuff. There's lots going on.
I am a beer snob, actually. I am a bit of a beer snob. I cannot deny that.
Well,
Sorry.
Shark's saying in California now, all the beer snobs are now wanting, they're sick of cloudy beers. They want it to be crystal clear again.
I don't know. I just don't think. The thing is, with the cloudy beers, is for me, that means most of them are vegan. And that is a massive, massive selling point now. Looking at it purely from that side of things, it means that they're all vegan. The minute you start producing your clear things again, a lot of the time that means that those beers are no longer vegan, and that has a massive impact on sales for a lot of people now. There's a lot of vegans out there now. If you can cater to them, if you can cater to vegans and gluten-free, you're set. There is no point in doing anything else. It's just such an easy thing to do.
And that's the thing. That's a perfect moment for a Lord's Brewing Co. plug, which is all our beers are vegan, apart from the ones with lactose in.
Yeah.
Everything, all our findings are vegan. The funny thing is,
does it say that on the cans?
Yeah, it's got a little vegan thingamajiggy on it.
I couldn't remember. I see that many beer cans. I couldn't remember them.
Yeah, the only ones that aren't are the ones that got lactose in, right. Which is Sunset Cocoa, Amaro Joe,
which is so good,
and Roy. They're the only ones that got lactose in. Oh no, sorry, Winter Hill. Winter Hill's got lactose in it. Gosh, terrible. Don't even know my own beers. Shark's making a point here. Happy Friday, John. As if I'm catching up with the comments from last Friday.
Ooh, burn.
Oh, vicious. Our bar or bottle shop? Our bar or bottle shop, Emma?
I am both.
Yes.
I am both. So we're primarily an off license, so bottle shop, which has been an absolute lifesaver this last year. It's meant we've been able to open and trade. But we also have an on license as well. So the way it's set up, we do have seating and whatnot. So yeah, we're both. It's very confusing. Yeah. I don't know what to class myself as sometimes, because we're so small. It's really hard to sort of define it. At the minute, all my tables, well, they're not really tables, they're now benches. Oh, my husband's just arrived with a drink for me.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
you,
he's
good. I sent him a sneaky text a minute ago. It's like, I ran out of beer.
Nice. That's
I don't know what it is.
So last night I did a Zoom meeting, and there was somebody on the Zoom that I couldn't pronounce their name. And I literally wrote on a thing saying, how do I say her name? And then passed it to Lydia, who was next to me, who then passed it back to me. And then in the end, I was like, no, I'm really sorry. I don't know your name. I can't pronounce that. And then she's like, oh, no, that's not my name. That's my daughter. My name's Grace. And I was like,
amazing.
I was like, how was I supposed to know that? Yeah, made a right plonker of myself. Josh said, love that, John. I think that was my pronunciation of Yorkshire stuff. I'll make sure I have a visit over once we can legally travel, for sure. Indeed.
Lovely.
Ace Rhinos are my team. I support. What?
Marching on together.
I can't believe that. I think Josh is a town support. I don't know what to say. I thought it'd be a Giant supporter. That's what I'm saying. Alan Mead, I'm well, thanks, mate. Glad to see you on here. I avoid certain channels now. Not so right. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Thank Tim Berners-Lee for the internet. Who's Tim Berners? Was he the guy from West Yorkshire? Was he from Yorkshire? I'm saying this. No, hang on a minute. No, well, he wasn't he? The guy the first guy that created the internet. I'm sure he's from Yorkshire.
I've no idea. I know Yorkshire. I found out this week that Yorkshire created Skittles. Did they? I think it was Leeds, actually. Leeds created the Skittle.
No.
The sweets, apparently.
What? Really?
Yeah. Found that out this week. I didn't believe my friend when she told me, but apparently it's true.
Wow. Did you know
Fact
it was
of
a
the
Yorkshireman?
day, guys.
Well, you can have that for free. It was a Yorkshire guy that made Volkswagen massive.
Was it?
It was after the war. I think he was a colonel or something like that. He lived over in Meltham. And he went over after the war and helped them sort the factory out, got the cars selling, all that kind of stuff. And they used to give him a brand new Volkswagen from the Huddersfield dealership every year.
Amazing.
He just went in and
I
picked one.
always wanted a Volkswagen Beetle. And my dad was always like, you are not having one. You are not having one. And I always wanted one. And he always said no. And he's like, your first car will not be a Beetle. And I was like, okay. So.
Have you ever driven one?
Nope. I can't drive to this day. I am 31 in like 3 weeks. And to this day, I still can't drive. I failed my first driving test because someone crashed into the back of me. I failed my second driving test because I was just an idiot. And then I just gave up. I just stopped.
I'm shocked. Wow.
I have no need for a car. I've never needed one to this day. I manage perfectly well. So,
well, if you have kids, then that's a whole nother
no.
Emma, have you tried John's log jam? No, the log jam. So it's become this funny thing in the YouTube community. It's a bit like having a Carolina Reaper curry. It's like you either really like it or you're terrified to try it. And I
really liked it. Paul took one sip and tried to pour his down the sink, and I went, "Don't you dare!" and snatched it off him. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because it was just, I've not had anything that was that complex in a while and had so much, it had so many different layers to it. I really bloody enjoyed it. I'd got in from work. I was freezing cold because it was like when you gave me that pack of them, it was November or something. It was really cold. I got in from work. I ran myself a really hot bath, chucked bath on me, and I sat there and I enjoyed one and I was so happy. I was just like, this is heaven. And Paul was just like, this is shit. Sorry. Anyway, I don't like this. And I was like, well, give it to me then. You don't have to, don't you dare throw it away. So I really enjoyed it. But then I like a strong flavour. I really enjoy strong, over-the-top flavours. I don't like anything wishy-washy. So
the funny bit about it is there's nothing in it. There really isn't. It's single malt, single hop. And it's just the wood, the yeast on the wood has fermented it. That's it. There's nothing.
I did think he'd enjoy it though, because Cantillon Brewery is one of our favourite. Both of us love their stuff, and their stuff's very similar. It is very much it's all about spontaneous. What's the word I'm looking for?
Fermentation.
That's the one. I was going to say combustion, and I knew it wasn't combustion. And I love their stuff. And so does Paul. So I was really surprised he didn't like it, because I found a lot of similarities in those really distinct flavours that come out of it. So
we have a resident beer expert who's joining us, my good friend, Paul Beer Reviews. How are you? And Abby.
How are we doing, guys? We all right?
Yeah, good.
Good. How you doing, Emma? Lovely to meet you, sort of.
You too. All good. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Just been listening to the conversation, enjoying it, munching me dinner. Now I'm ready to join you guys for a beer.
Probably thinking, what are these two on about? This is every phone conversation we ever have. Starts off as, hey, do you need any beer this week? And 2 hours later, should probably get off the phone
now. That's how it usually goes with John. John's the only person I speak to on the phone, to be honest with you. Most people, I'm like, all right, yeah, see you later. John, we chat. It's weird.
It's John, weird. I always calls when I'm going to work as well. It's always that time.
Yeah, I'm not to it.
Thanks, Abby.
I feel like you phoned to say goodbye to me as well, I feel like that's the whole point.
You can take that. That makes you feel better. Then,
it does. It does.
Take your run with it.
That's so funny the other night. So Abby was out in the ambulance, and you were with a lady called Lucy, was it?
Charlotte.
Charlotte, that was it,
Good
Charlotte.
job.
And then everybody in the comments was like, all the lads are like, so is Charlotte or single then?
So a bit of information. Charlotte actually asked me to type what I typed following that, which was that she was 24 and single.
There you go.
I mean, it's really hard to get out there and meet people at the minute, so why not?
True.
She's single, ready to mingle this one, apparently. So.
Oh gosh, Beer Dog says my Shane went to Leeds Met Uni. Every so often breaks Somerset accent and then goes a bit northern. Yeah.
See, I can't win. I can't win. I get told by all my southern friends that I sound too northern, and by all my northern friends, they're like, "Oh, that was southern." I said Bath the other day, and everyone was like, "What? What?"
That's the correct way of saying it. Bath.
Yeah, I can't win. Doesn't matter where I am.
Well, Paul's a southerner.
Yeah, dirty southerner.
Paul's got a lovely collection of Yorkshire badges.
I've got 17 I love Yorkshire patches now.
Nice.
I don't know why. I ain't got anywhere to put them either. So yeah, it's just kind of taken up.
I need to send you a badge. There's a lady who makes amazing Yorkshire themed things, and she does these little pin badges that say "It'll be Reet," and they're my favourite thing. I love them. It'll be Reet.
Love it. I'll just do a Peter Kay when someone says that. Be Reet. Be Reet.
Be Reet good. I tell
Be
you.
Reet, mate. It'll be Reet, mate.
What are we drinking? I've lost track of what everyone's drinking.
I'm drinking. I don't know. I can't pronounce it.
Oh yeah, that one.
Mona Brea.
Some sort of. I don't mind
Fancy
it.
bottle.
It's Italian premium lager. Apparently,
I've seen that in Tesco. Is that where you got that one?
I got it in Co-op.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I had to go and sort out our electricity key meter thingamajiggy, and do you know what? I fell out with our electric company years ago, and I said,
You fell out with someone? What?
I know, can you believe it?
Who'd have thought?
Yeah, I fell out with my electric company and gas company, and I was like, you know what, smeg it, put some meters in. And they said, well, you'll have to pay for them. And I said, fine, I'll pay for them. So I did. I paid for them. It cost me more than the flipping gas and electric together. And now you just put the key on the meter, and we saved so much money compared to what we were being charged. So I know I was getting legged up, so I wasn't wrong. But it is a pain in the ass because you forget. And then you're like, mid conversation, it goes, poof, and everything is total darkness. Yeah, so, yeah, there you go. Paul, ask Emma something about beer.
Don't ask me something about beer. Because he speaks me up now. He's like, oh, she knows the most I've ever known about beer. And I'm just like, I can talk the hind legs off a donkey and I can sell anyone anything. That's what I do. That's my job.
I won't put you on the spot. It's cruel. But what I will ask, is there any breweries that stock is coming into your shop that you're particularly excited about getting down your throat?
Oh, yeah, actually. So I'm a massive Pig Love Brewery fan. I'm very proud to say I was the first person to ever stock them. Everyone else was turning around and saying, no, your stuff's too weird. Sounds a bit too weird for us. Not even going to try it. They came into my shop. It was December 2019. In fact, you can see in the background there, the background picture, Pig Love Taster Night. We were the first people to ever get them in. And they came in the shop. So it's Jesus and Marcos. They are two Venezuelan guys. And I just love them. I love everything about them. They're so much fun. And all their beers have this real Southern American influence. And it's just, it's crazy. They did a sour that's got grasshopper salts in it.
Blimey.
crushed up grasshopper in a beer. It shouldn't work, but it does. And
It does.
everything they do, they've got a new series coming out soon. And it sounds incredible. Everything they do is bonkers. And you go, what? You've put what in a beer? And it shouldn't work, but it does. And I'm yet to be disappointed by them. So they're like, I just love them. I love everything about everything they've ever brewed. What else have I got in at the minute? I had a massive delivery today, and so everything's like just in my head now. I'm like, oh, what did I get in today? Oh, Nova Runda Brewery as well.
I'm going for a week. I'll be back in a minute.
Nova who?
Nova Runda are, we coined the term Croatian hydration.
Right.
So
okay.
they're a Croatian brewery. There are two chaps who they bobbed into my shop. It was when people were still allowed to sit in, so it must have been in the summer. And they came in and they were like, hey, we've set up, what we're doing is working as a wholesaler between different European breweries in the UK. Would you like some samples? And cracking. Absolutely beautiful stuff. They did it was called Beach Bar, which was a really beautiful, it was a New England IPA, but it was spectacular. It was gonna say 8% thereabouts. Didn't taste it. It was dangerous. But everything I've got in from them since has just been so different to all the UK breweries at the minute. They're producing stuff that just doesn't fit in with everything. Like every week I get all my lists through from everyone. I'm like, oh, another IPA, another IPA, another IPA. I'm like, oh, hello. Oh, that's interesting. They're bonkers, and they're 500ml cans as well, so you get that little bit more. You like get a proper amount of beer. It's great.
I love it. I love it when I walk into a bottle shop and see a 500ml can.
Yeah, you're like, oh, what's this?
Yeah. There you go.
They like as soon as people see it, they're like, "Oh, is that the Croatian hydration?" I'm like, "Yes, it is."
Yeah.
So it's not well. They did a coffee beer actually not long. No, that was another Serbian brewery called 3 BIR, Memento Mori, and it was like I said earlier, I'm not a fan of coffee beer. But it had this really beautiful sort of caramel undertone to it that just, oh God, it was beautiful.
Ooh, sounds good. That does sound good. That's how easy it is to sell me a beer to me. If you put it in that's why I'm a big fan of Arbor Ale. They're pint cans. I see it and I have to grab a few. I just can't. Can't
for me, people come in and they're like, oh, this one's in a nice can. And that's all it sells on. So I'm like, yeah, it is a nice can. But sometimes it's the names for me. I'll buy it in purely on the name.
Do you want to see something crazy? I don't know whether I should do this. Should I do this? Should I do it? Should I show everybody the halfway through artwork?
Go on.
For the next beer.
We got half time.
I will send it to myself, and then I should be able to put it on the screen. Oh, Pig Love that Emma was talking about earlier. If you look on the right-hand side of Paul, there's a can with a sloth on it.
Yes.
And that's it. Yeah.
That's not helping.
The two next to them, there's the sloth, and then the one next to it, Fantasticum Limbus as well.
I can see bread and butter. I can see something, and then it's next to that.
Yes. Yeah, those two. So that's their Impy Stout, and then Hop Healer was the first beer they ever did. And it's got chuchuasi in it, which is a type of tree bark that's used by Amazonic tribes it's used as like a medicinal thing. It's used, and when you put it in a beer, it actually helps stop you get a hangover. It sort of works as a blocker and stops certain things in your bloodstream from happening.
That's amazing.
So you can drink loads of it. You can't drink loads of it. I tried.
I've just noticed a few beers on the bottom shelf there, John. You see them?
No, I don't know what you're on about. No. Oh, damn it.
If you're on about, I think, I'm not getting their stuff in anymore for a couple of reasons. So
really, I can't get rid of them. It no matter what I press, they're still there.
Yeah. Well, I've been refusing to buy them in for quite a long time when I found out a few certain things that were happening, and I thought, oh, right, well, you're not on my beer list anymore. Bye.
Wow.
So, because I am quite harsh like that. If a brewery annoys me, I don't need them. There's a couple that I've cut ties with recently, and I'm very stubborn. So,
but you're not allowed to name them.
no, I won't do. It's only fair. If people come in my shop and ask, "Oh, have you got any whatever?" I will always be like, "No," and here's why. I proper rant at them about why I won't get them in, and they're like, "God, okay." Because Beavertown is one for me. Every time someone comes in and asks for Beavertown, my heart breaks a bit because I'm like, they're not a craft brew. And I get really cross. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I know that's what you drink when you go to a pub because that's the only craft beer they have, but no.
No. They're not what they were either, are they?
This is part of the artwork.
That's really sexy. I like that.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
that's gorgeous.
Yeah, so it'll look. Let me try. We did a kind of mock-up. So this is not finished at all, but this is what it should look like when it's done. Obviously this has got bits of other cans on it because it's halfway through the design phase. Oh, my computer is throwing a wobbly. Thank you, computer. It's user error though, to be fair. So if I share this, share screen, press that, this one, share. There you go.
Hey.
So, oh, nice.
So there's more work to be done on it, but that is what band one's gonna be looking like.
I love those colours.
Cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be. How can I explain it? I didn't want it to be, like everybody else's is all bright, mad colours, and then it just drifts into the shelf.
Well, I hate to break it to you though, babes. Everyone's moving into all the muted tones now.
Oh no, you're kidding me.
I'm so sorry. So many people are moving back to being really plain and really muted because then they stand out. There's been loads. Sorry. I can see your heartbreaking. I am so sorry.
It's okay. It's got a blooming Trans Am on the front of it. What more can you want?
That's months of planning you've just destroyed there, Emma.
I know. I'm a terrible human being. I will be back in a moment.
Yes, I'll take you off cam. I will move you, and then I'll bring you back in a minute. Oh, I'm broken now. I'm broken. Hey, look, Emma's got a cool chair. Let's have a quick look at her chair. Look, Sage's got a cool chair.
That is a nice chair.
So,
People still trying to take the mick out of my armchair. It looks bad because there's a blanket on the top of it. It looks bad worse than what it normally does.
I am completely lost where we were at. Where were we? We were talking about Simo was having a go about the Yorkshire patches that we sent.
Lancashire, it's where it's at.
Lancashire.
That's my impression of Simo. Will Charlotte put up with an over monkey like me? No. I'll ask Josh. I'll ask. She's an Essex girl.
Leaves on the coffee. Something tut. White rose. There you go. In Yorkshire, and it's. Hello, Paul and Abby. Gosh, I am miles behind, aren't I?
Hi, Abby.
Emma, random, but do you like Paul's old boy chair?
Not an old boy chair. That's not an old boy chair.
Paul, what do you think of the camera? New camera tonight.
Have you got a new camera?
This is not the Logitech. This is the Orky camera. And then what I did is I put it through OBS and used OBS to change all the colours.
It's sharper, I want to say. Or have you just changed the angle?
No, I think it is sharper.
Yeah?
Because this is really wide angle.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm seeing more of the room. I can see your swirly lights next to you and the door. You can't normally see the door. Yeah, no, that's good. That's kind of what this one does. the USB one. That shows more of the room when you
Yeah.
do it. No, it's good. It looks good. Looks the part, mate. Looks the part.
So yeah, you can adjust the color in OBS, and I'm quite happy to show you, Paul, because you could do it on yours. Because you can do all sorts with it. It's mad. It's absolutely mad. So essentially, it was a cheap camera. It's brilliant.
Everything looks very brown and behind me. So kind of
Yeah, well, that's with this camera. I normally look really washed out. So with OBS software, you put it on and then you can adjust it all. It's brilliant. So what was that? Beer art, does it help sell new beer? I think it does. Well, ask Emma that.
Definitely. Definitely. But it does for me. If I see good artwork on a can, I buy it.
Oh, look, yeah, I know, Josh. I was thinking about Sally Fields in there. We've got there's some stuff I want to add because it's more about the cars. I want the series to be about the cars and not the people in the films. So I'm going to put the sheriff's hat floating on a beer. I want to put Bert's cowboy hat, tash, and red shirt on the beer barrel. We've got to put the phoenix on the bonnet of the car, and we've got to put the registration plate that's missing. Yeah, I mean, it still hasn't got Band 1 written on it yet, so lots to do, but it's on the way. No, it's not. It's not. That was a really bad day, apparently, when they filmed that. Apparently, they knocked some of the kids over with the car and everything. Hi, Emma, Paul, Abby, and of course, John. La.
Hey, Barry.
Hey, Barry. How are you, mate? I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Bro, when she says babies.
Babes. Oh, buds. Oh,
babes. All right, babes. Emma. Josh is in love with Emma. Phil.
I think Jack's in love with her and all.
Yeah. Pat. Oh, that's a chair. Oh, man.
Right. Can we tell them that? It's this the light. The light does this chair no favours. This chair is barely a year old. It's got a USB charger on it, for Christ's sake. How many old man dying chairs got that on it? It's a beautiful chair.
It's flipping awesome. I'd love a USB charger.
Recliner, USB. Just the colour makes it look crap.
Maybe I should modify my wing back. That's a YouTube video there, isn't it?
Maybe. Of course it does. I agree.
The car's amazing. Totally agree with you, mate. Thanks, Josh. Needs to include the truck. Right, so we tried to put the truck in it, but we couldn't really make it fit. Oh, Emma's back. Sorry. We were talking, and
I've just been sat here quietly.
Have you been there for ages?
Yeah. I've just texted you and was like, oi.
Oh, yeah.
Let me back in.
Left me here, you tit.
I've just been sat here like,
oh, sorry, Emma.
hello.
Honestly, what a
Come
punk. Sorry, we had a question.
It's fine if you want me to go.
No.
Absolutely not. You're the only reason people are watching, to be fair. So
I figured out what my mystery beer is that Paul bought me upstairs. One of my regulars gave me, I'm running out of space. He bought me 3 of these in the other day to try.
Oh, the Rothhaus. Or have you? Yeah.
He was like, oh, I just thought of you. I thought he's ever so lovely, bless him. Really lovely chap. And he just brings me so much beer. And I'm always like swapping beer with him. I'm like, here you go, Peter, you take this and I'll take that. It's really nice.
They're the best sort of people.
I got a beer given to me that's got a picture of a tank on it.
Mm.
I don't want to drink it because I like the tank.
You can keep the can. Do what I've done. Hang on. Do what I've done. Look. These were all up in Jim's. Turn them into... I'm going to leave that there.
The tiger one. Yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah, that's cool, isn't it?
That is cool, actually. Nice.
It's from Botham Tank Museum, and the company that made the beer is called none other than...
I wonder if sometimes people think about the implications when they name things. It's like people who give their children strange names.
Yeah,
I love it. They're owning it though. They're like literally.
No, I know someone who named their child Chili Bobcat. Chili Bobcat is their child's name.
Who the heck? That's
Leave that one with you.
Oh dear.
I think of chilies, and then I think of those small little diggers.
Yeah, I know. Chili Bobcat. It's bonkers.
They've owned it. They've got their hashtag as hashtag take the Piddle Brewery.
Oh, I'm going to go follow that right now. That's a great shout.
Yeah,
I love a good hashtag.
crafted in Dorset's Piddle Valley.
Amazing. Dorset.
Dorset.
I do.
I've never been down there, I don't think.
They're going to hate everything about us now.
Can you do a Simo impression and read his comment out for me, Paul?
Sorry, I had to go empty dishwasher, sort Holmes out.
That is literally like
Holmes out. Sobieski.
I've had a look at your channel. Simo, that's true, Lords. I'm just whizzing through. There was a question from earlier. No, Emma has not had the broken skull because I drank it.
That was a good beer. That was a good beer, broken skull.
Have you seen this? Getting abused, Paul.
Outrageous. Admins, can we kick out Jack Howard, please?
Unbelievable. I'm going to put him in timeout for no good reason.
So you get for leaving me on timeout.
Yeah, to be fair.
Somebody asked a question earlier, and it was really good. I think it was Jack still in love with you. And then
Got to say the word babes. Apparently, it does sound.
Babes. Oh, babes.
Oh,
Oh, babes. Thanks, babes. I've realised actually from having bottle shop, I've realised just how much I do use pet names. It's always babes. Hey babes. Hey darling. Hey sweetheart. Hey chicken. All right then, chickpea.
call me fatty though. It's a bit harsh.
Yeah. Yeah. But some people hate it. Some people absolutely hate it, and I'm just there like, oh, hey darling.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think you know what it is. If you did it down south, they'd be like you did it on London Underground. Then like
so small then. Wow, you're right about this new camera. It really does do things.
I can make my hand massive.
You don't make eye contact around here, let alone compliment anyone. It's not the way.
I know, whenever I go back down, I'm always just like, everyone's always, I'm so friendly now. I've been in the north where everyone talks to each other, and people are always like, "Who's for you? What do you want?"
So we're all late.
Oh, sorry, I'm just friendly.
So it should be.
Honestly, try and wash your car outside your house is just you can't do it because you're forever stopping.
Yeah, I can't. So where I live, it's a 7-minute walk from my front door to Jim's door. And I kid you not, there have been times where it takes me 25 minutes to do that walk because people just like, "Hi, Emma. Hi, love." And you can't get anywhere.
That would get on my nerves, if I'm honest.
I love it. I love having any excuse to talk.
Oh, really?
When I put in my family group chat, I put the link to this, and I was like, if anyone wants to listen to me witter on for a while, and they were like, does he realise how much you talk? I was like, yeah, but he's as bad.
I am. I'm every bit as bad.
Oh yeah, we're both as bad as each other, so it's fine.
No, bad. First thing in the morning, I'm dead to the world. If anyone looks at me, I'm just like, don't look at me.
You just
don't even look at me. Don't even think about it.
So Thomas had a question, Emma.
Yes.
Beer art, does it help to sell new beer?
Yeah. I've noticed a rising trend in people coming in with their kids and going to their kids, which can do you like the look of, and letting their children pick their beer. It's amazing because they end up with like 12% things. It's so much fun to watch. I'm there just like, yeah, let's point them out. Let's point this one out to them. And just, people enjoy it. Same with, I mean, when I buy beers in, sometimes it's the name will catch my attention and I will buy a beer in based on the name. So obviously Brew York just have the best beer names out there, like Rhubarber Streisand and Goose Willis, and Olivia Gluten Gone was my favourite recently for their gluten-free beer. But some Brass Castle did Pills and Thrills as well, which really made me laugh. And sometimes the names and the can art, just if they catch your attention, people will buy it and they do not care what is in that can. I had a recent experience with one particular brewery that they recently came on the scene, and they're all about their can design. You can very much tell that the person who has set up this brewery has come from that sort of background. The cans look amazing. Honestly, they're beautiful. They're spectacular. The beer was terrible. I was so disappointed. And I bought it in because Chris had been on and on and on at me, because Chris, again, is very much led by how things look. That is his background. He likes things to look a certain way. And he was like, yeah, but look at them. But look at them. But look at them. And they had it on special offer. And I went, yeah, do you know what? I'll buy some in. And honestly, it was, every single flavour was so muddied, and just, there was too much lactose that just overruled everything else. You didn't get any of the flavours that were there because it was just lactose, and it just coated your mouth and left no room for flavour. And I was just like, I've never been more disappointed. And they came in with premium prices. They're a new brewery, massive new brewery that have just popped out of nowhere, premium prices, rubbish beer. And it just goes to show. And people were buying it, even if I said to them, personally, I don't like it. Because all my customers know I'm very honest. If I don't like a beer, I'll tell them I don't like it, because I don't see the point in lying to them.
Yeah.
If they come in, what's the point in me saying, oh my God, this is fantastic, you should try this, la 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 la, and then I'm taking it home and going, she lied, I'm never going back there. So I'm always honest. I will always be honest. If I don't like something, I'll say why I don't like it. I'll give my opinion. Obviously, everyone has different taste buds. That's fair. But so many people bought this beer because of the can. And then so many people messaged me and went, yeah, you were right. Should have listened. Yeah, that's disgusting. So, goes to show.
I feel like
it does make a massive difference. If you have a decent can design, people will pick it up because they're drawn to it.
Have you got a brewery in store that you flog most of your beer from? Have you got a most popular brewery in store?
Not really. I have specific beers that the minute I get it in, I know it will sell out. Seven Brothers Honeycomb, the minute they have any of that, I barely put it on the shelf and it's gone. Yeah, not particularly. It's very much, and like obviously my all-time favorite beer of all time. The minute I get that in, I'm always like, guys, my favorite beer is here. But it goes like that. I'm like, why did I tell you all? Because now I don't have any. I've said I'm going to get a case in for my birthday, and I'm not going to put it on the shelf. I'm keeping it all for me.
There you go. You got to get on it.
But
so
no,
what do you reckon, Emma? Do you think the cars on the beer can will sell the beer?
Yes, because it is quite a. I know I said that a lot of people are doing that muted sort of thing. What's the texture on it? Is it that lovely sort of matte texture as well, or is it like a shiny finish? Oh, the matte texture gets people, you see.
But I've got an idea.
Personally, I hate that feel, so I'm always like, oh, I'm putting it on the shelf, and they're like, oh God. Ugh. But people love them.
Can you see the? Oh, I don't know if it'll show it. Oh, I can't get it to do what I want it to do. So this is Full Circle Brewing, and if you look, see this bit here, I've got my finger on. That's smooth, but the rest of it is rough. So what I want, I've just swapped printers to these guys. way more expensive, but I wanted to up the quality. So my thoughts are, I'm going to make the cars shiny, but the rest of the can matte.
Clever. I like that.
A bit outrageous, isn't it? It's a bit outrageous.
Oh, you clever little thing.
Completely unnecessary.
Oh yeah, but why not? Thing is, people will like that because they will. And honestly, you'll find people will be just stood there going, "Ooh."
If anybody wants some beer labels, got absolutely loads. Got some from my man Ollie over at Squawk.
Oh, I love Squawk. Their labels are so beautiful.
Look at that.
Oh, they're so pretty. Their Bauer label is just, I want that in. So this chair behind me, my mum upholstered this. She's an upholsterer. And that's really similar in like the design. And I'm like, all I want is all of the Squawk Brewery designs on all of my furniture.
If anybody wants any random labels, I've got a whole load of them.
Boxcar.
Location.
Do you know what, John? Could you actually save me a couple of empty beer cans of your stuff so that I can fill them with plants for the beer garden?
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
I'm planning a wall that is entirely made up of plants potted into beer cans.
Have you got one of them doodads that takes the top of the can clean off?
No, I just do it with a normal can opener.
Oh, right.
John cuts a great beer.
Nice. Bad
Seed. Do you know Bad Seed?
Yes.
I like Bad Seed. They're nice people.
Yeah. I didn't like. They did a sherbet sour last year, and I couldn't actually bear to touch the can because the texture of the can was just so. It felt like sherbet, and I just everyone who bought one, I was like, you're gonna have to scan it in yourself. I'm not actually gonna touch that beer can. I need you to scan it in yourself.
I like Doc's. Have you seen these guys? Doc's Brewery.
Doc's, they're from Grimsby.
That's cool.
Sorry, so when we moved from the south, all my family are from around that way, and Grimsby is sort of my other hometown, and I love Doc's beer. Their hard graft is a fantastic IPA.
Yeah.
Their brewery is amazing as well. Have you been to their brewery and their tap room?
I want to go. I had a chat with them a while.
Oh, mate, we'll have a day out. I'll show you the sights of Grimsby and Cleethorpes. There's many. Nicole's massage parlour is a famous one.
I don't want to go there.
Oh no, you don't go in. You just drive past it and go.
You got the Young's Fish Factory or something like that. That's about all there is.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. We've got the Doc's Tower. Thank you very much. And we've got Doc's Beer, which is Doc's Beer is in a converted church, and they've transformed the space into a really beautiful like live music venue. They do once a month. They do like a what do they call it? But basically, they just invite loads of artists down, and everyone's there drinking and drawing, and it's a really wonderful atmosphere. It's absolutely gorgeous in there. Really beautiful place.
Sounds amazing. Yeah, if anybody wants those labels, drop me a message. I'll post them out to you. Because they gave them to me as a sample to say, hey, this is what we can do. And I've got there's like quite a thick wedge of them, but I'm not going to do anything with them. So, yeah, go for it. If you want them, I'll send them out to you.
John, have you heard of Bigfoot Festival? I was meaning to ask you this.
Bigfoot?
You come across them yet? So they sent me an email a couple of weeks ago. They're doing I don't know, put my phone. They're doing like a craft beer festival. And they're after breweries and whatnot to have a stall down there. Look them up. Bigfoot. What is their Bigfoot Fest? They're under. They're based down in Warwickshire, and yeah, it's craft beer and music festival.
Oh, nice.
And they just sent me an email out of the blue, being like, do you want some tickets? We're wanting to do this thing, and they're still after different breweries and stuff. And I just wondered if anyone else has heard of them because they just sort of popped up randomly, and I was like, "Oh, hello, what are you then?" And
Yeah,
like Signature are going to be down there, and Northern Monk, and Daya, and Stone and Wood, and the Colonel, Verdant. So yeah, it sounds pretty good.
depends on what it costs. I mean, we're looking pretty good for Brew London. I've got a bit of an idea. I'm trying to hire a tank, like a proper tank. I want a military tank
I'm sorry, why?
because I want to make a statement, and I want to say we're coming out.
There are ways to make a statement.
Well, I could just turn up, but then, you know, I like the theatre of it all, and I thought, you know what? Let's take a tank, and then we'll turn up with a tank and have like a. I want to do it like a little white picket fence, like the tank's driven through and it's stopped on the grass, because that's the thing, you know, when like a corporate, like a business, like who's really going for it, they say, "Oh, they parked their tanks on our lawn. We need to do something." So it's making a statement. We want to really take it to the next level. So I want a tank. So
You say we, but you mean you.
yeah, totally me. But I spoke to my investors, and I was like, right, I've got this idea. In fact, I had an idea for something else, and then I told him that Beavertown had a bus, and he went, "Why don't you get a tank?" And I was like, "Damn right, I'm on this straight away." So he's up for it. I'm up for it. I spoke to the lads at Brew London. I said, "Hey, can I bring a tank in?" And they're like, they're well up for it. They're well up. We're all up for it. So I've just got to deliver on it now.
It works, man. I went to the Great British Beer Festival a couple of years
I
ago.
kind of want to see that.
Tiny Rebel bought an ice cream van with them. The Great British Beer Festival. It looked fantastic.
That's CF, Bedford CF.
I can imagine Tiny Rebel with an ice cream van.
Yeah, it was very cool. Everyone was out there.
I'm thinking of doing in the summer, if and when things reopen properly, I'm thinking of doing beer ice cream floats using Northern Block, the Leeds-based ice cream company. I'm thinking of doing some like beer floats. Might be pretty cool.
Nice.
Maybe I should with the extra money we raised for the beer garden, I should get an ice cream van.
Do it. Yeah.
No. Everyone would murder me. Everyone would be like, "We gave you this money and now we're going to kill you."
You know how much ice cream vans are? They are.
All right, mate. I'd make it so worth it because I love ice cream. So it would be fine.
Those ice cream vans. So we know one of the guys at Dixon's Ice Cream in Huddersfield. Great ice cream as well. And the guy had a transit. I was like, "Oh, it's really nice." He's like, "Yeah, it was 55 grand."
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not getting an ice cream van.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
I want one.
Oh gosh, we're miles behind again. Right, okay. We got some of my crew in. Simo, interesting that you were scrappy. I worked for a company that scrapped BMWs, and I sold the parts all over the place. Let me keep going. Whack a picture of Emma on your cans, and it would sell like hotcakes. Oh,
don't. So there's a small brewer who he works for Brew York, but he also brews on the side.
Right.
His own stuff, Tartarus beers, they're incredible. And he did one called Elf that's a cracked black pepper Belgian triple. It's spectacular. It's so spicy. And the can design is like this. All of his beers are sort of mythical. And the can design is an elf, a blonde elf wearing very little clothing. And so many of my customers were like, "It is you." Sick of it. Sick of hearing it. Like, "Hey, you're on this can." I'm like, "Stop. Just stop."
I love it. Good on him.
Oh, terrible.
Michael at Lord's Brewing. So this is Michael, who is my right-hand man, who does all the sales. Lovely guy. Absolute top bloke. Yeah. I don't know why it's really confusing in our company. At one point we had 2 Graces, 2 Tims, and we got rid of one of the Graces, and then we got a Michael. So we've got 2 Michaels and 2 Tims at the moment.
Hello, Michael.
Yeah, so this is Michael who does the sales and helps me with operational stuff, and does that, like, we're putting all sorts of fancy brewing software into the business, and he's making it all happen. So yeah, he's a good lad. Good lad.
You're doing a spiffing job, my friend.
He's doing all right. He's a good man. Had a crack one called Cleethorpes Pale Ale and Lightning after the RAF plan. Can he remember who by though? I have no idea what that meant.
So a beer called Cleethorpes Pale Ale and another one called Lightning after the RAF plane. Can't remember who by.
Can he?
I'm trying to think who might have done a Cleethorpes Pale Ale that isn't. I don't know. Don't know, love.
Don't know.
Me, John, send them to me. Phil wants the labels. Somebody else, Josh, suggested putting them into the subscriber boxes.
Good idea.
Phil, if you want them, I'll send them to you. It's fine. See, I've always thought my accent is neutral. I don't know. I think your accent's neutral. I don't pick up Somerset when you talk.
There's no West Country in Chris's accent, is there, at all?
I occasionally get told I sound Australian, and that always throws me. So I'm like, what? No.
Yeah, but you know what? The southern accent isn't a million miles away from Oz. Not really.
It is.
I worked with an Aussie for ages, and I ended up sounding like him.
I hate it when I go really northern and I'll say something and I want to throw myself off a bridge because I'm like, oh no, that was so northern. It's awful. I'm like, no, hate it.
The thing that gets you about Australians is that they end every sentence with a question mark.
Yeah, everything goes up.
Like that. Everything's
So
really
I've got a lot of family in Australia. A lot of my family moved over there. So the Australian accent is actually something that I can do quite well. We try and get over there as much as possible. We like to visit. But yeah, everything they say, you always have to end in a question mark.
I've got to watch Neighbours.
Yeah, the inflection's always really high.
Now the guy I worked with, Lewis, he was a Jeep tech. We worked for a Jeep at the time, Jeep Chrysler, and he was from Brisbane. He was one of the hardest blokes I've ever met. He never sounded like that.
Or was he more of a gruff sort of Australian where they just sound really they just sound like they're really fed up with the whole world?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, you go up to that part of Australia and no one's very happy with anything. Yeah,
it was him swearing that used to make me laugh, and then I started mimicking him, and then I couldn't swear properly on my own. I sounded like an Oz. And honestly, I worked with him for 5 years, next to him every day. And honestly, I didn't even know I was picking it up. But because I was mimicking him all the time, it just rubbed off. And I was like, really embarrassing. It was really bad. And well, do you know what?
If I spend time with anyone who's got an accent, I start ripping them after about 10 minutes. I can't help it. I just start talking like them. It's not good.
My cousin likes to think she can do an Australian accent, but what she actually does is go, "Good day, mate. Do you want to put another shrimp on the barbie?" We've never let her live it down. It's been at least 15 years of her doing that. She still thinks she sounds like
Jasper Carrot drinking Fosters. That's about as Australian.
You know Al that I do the podcast with, Paul?
Yes.
So we had a bit of a meeting the other day, and we tied it in with having some dinner because we'd done some work together, and I was like, right, let's go and get McDonald's. They couldn't understand me in the drive-thru constantly, all the way through. It didn't matter what I said. They didn't know what I was saying. And do you know what he said? He was like, it's because you sound really southern since you've been talking to Paul's beer reviews all the time. No, I don't. No, I don't. And I said to Lydia, do I sound more southern than normal? She's like, yeah, since you've been hanging out with Paul.
Rubbed off on you.
So Michael's drinking wine and he's blaming me for not sending him any beer. I've got no defence.
I'm on the drunk.
Nothing wrong with wine. Nothing wrong with a good wine.
Might have seen that one once or twice. You never know.
Yeah, have you had the Pilsner? You've had the Pilsner, haven't you, Emma?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. I'm not a massive lager fan though, so I'm always a bit like it just tastes like every lager. Because for me, they all sort of blur into one. I'm not a lager fan. They're all very similar to me.
I had an absolute beautiful one from Lervig last night. Oh, I haven't stopped thinking about it all day. I need a crate of it. Incredible. So nice.
Yeah, I just think lagers all tend to sort of blur into one until unless you start adding silly flavors, and I'm like, well, lager's supposed to be easy, so what? Yeah.
I don't know though. When you have I've gone over to the dark side.
Asahi.
Say that again. Bless you. Gesundheit.
Yeah, it sounds terrible. Sorry, any Japanese people that might be watching.
Yeah, apologies.
I'd love to come to Japan sometime. Yeah, basically, it's a very narrow band of flavour, especially when you cool the beer to around 2 degrees. So it loses loads of its flavour. But I will say, after drinking more craft Pilsners and stuff like that, Carlsberg, Carling.
I mean, they are all the same.
It's like water.
So they don't count because they're not real beers. They're just sugary waters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because I'm a stout drinker primarily, that is sort of a big thing though. Like I'm so used to really big, bold flavours that you give me anything less and I'm a bit like, cool, it tastes the same.
So Simo broke his glass. I'd just like to show you that, Simo. I've got one here. But I've got so many things to do. I just forget. But I'll take this up to the brewery and I'll get them to send it to you on your next whatever.
It looks very clean. It looks a very clean glass.
It's beautiful.
Proper shiny.
Tilt to me.
Talk to me. Sell me.
I need to order some glasses. We need a Pilsner glass. I need the pubs to open. I need to start doing some trade and then I can get my T-shirts, my glasses back in stock. Yeah. Gary. How you
doing, Sam?
Somebody else, Beer Dog, you want the labels as well. So somebody else asked for the labels. I think it was Phil. So if Phil and Beer Dog want to fight it out and decide, or I split them in half, I don't mind. Whatever.
You ever had anything from Leviathan Brewing, Emma? You ever seen their labels?
I've had I have tried their stuff, but I haven't had it in the shop.
Their labels are incredible. Very kind of heavy metal orientated, but the artwork is stunning on their cans. Really, really good. They're keepers. I've whipped 2 of them off and stuck them onto random places around the house. Much really nice.
Yeah, I just think when you get your labels right, it's just they stand out so well, don't they? I really do enjoy all of the stuff from Squawk. Is just beautiful. Like they really are beautiful. Yeah. I'm trying to think what other breweries have stuff that stood out.
Anarchy Brew, they have really good artwork on there.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Really who else do I like?
I'm trying to think. I do like Brew York stuff. I like the
Brew York. It's more the names, not the actual can design. It's the names that get me with them.
I like that Haze Thunder. That did it for me.
Yeah.
Haze Thunder.
And then the big Viking-looking lad, Ant, who's got a big long beard. You didn't see him on the live feed, but he was doing a lot of the stuff at the sideline. I have a drinking horn up here, and he filled it up with Haze of Thunder. And then we were at the York Beer Festival drinking out of the horn and being silly. Oh, you've got to come. In fact, Emma, you should come on our guest list.
You said this last time you came in the shop. You were like, right, we're going to brand you up in North Brewery and we're going to do it. I'm well up for that.
Oh, you'd love it.
I'm trying to find some people who want to come to the Berlin International Beer Festival with me this year. So I'm just like, if anyone wants to join me, I'm going on my own. I don't care. I'll go on my own. But if anyone else wants to come to the Berlin International Beer Festival in August, hello.
I think we've just recruited about how many people are in the pub, John? How many people are watching? I think we're all going to Berlin now, aren't we?
Yeah, I think there's 15 of us all off to Berlin Beer
Yes,
Festival.
please. Let's actually do it. I've just been like, no one else wants to come with me, and I really want to go.
I'll go.
I'd love to go to the Barcelona Beer Festival as well, but that's April, so that's off the cards. But I'd love to go to that one.
Barcelona.
I can't speak any German.
Edinburgh Beer Festival. I've got tickets to Edinburgh Beer Festival. You should get yourselves up there.
Ooh.
Oh,
Edinburgh Beer Festival. I love Edinburgh.
Beautiful. It's really good. It's in the old Corn Exchange. It's absolutely gorgeous. Really beautiful place for a beer festival.
Nice.
So, Hop City with Northern Monk as well. Got tickets to that. I basically was just like, buy. I just bought every single beer festival ticket I could.
I haven't even bothered planning anything. I haven't planned for anything for a long time, and I'm still worried. I'm still too worried.
Yeah, me too.
You know. So,
I bought them all anyway, and then was like, if we can't go, then tough, we can't go. If we can, then marvelous. So we went into lockdown. I was 29 going into lockdown. The day lockdown was announced was my 30th birthday. Was meant to be in Lisbon, having a right old shindig in Lisbon for a week. That all got cancelled. And then I'm going to come out of lockdown 31 because my birthday's on that brink. So I was like, well, I don't get to enjoy those things, but I can enjoy every single beer festival that happens anytime after May. So I'm going to do it.
I'm craving a beer festival. I haven't been since the Great British Beer Festival, nearly 2 years ago now. So it's well over.
Indie Man. I really miss Indie Man Beer Festival.
We never get invited. We're not cool enough.
I think you know someone.
Maybe if you shave the beard off for charity, you'll be cool enough there. Just saying.
John saying to get in there. I think he's old enough to drink.
Honestly, it's without the beard. Actually, I had more trouble getting into places because my head, head shaved, looking thuggish. I let you in. So when I got the beard, people were a bit more like, "Oh, he's all right, just a bald bloke with a beard."
Yeah, you've got to have one or the other, I think, don't you?
All you got to do is just accuse someone of being prejudiced now, and they got to let you in.
Yes, you don't like old people.
I'm offended. Right, go in. Christ's sake.
Michael said, "Have I told anybody about Band One?" I might have done. I might have shown them the label as well. Sorry.
Very nice. Very nice too.
Have a look on eBay. I don't know what he's saying. I'll go anywhere with you, Emma.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you taking me then? Somewhere nice? Somewhere warm?
Oh, man. It's so funny. I didn't expect the level of pervage on our channel.
I'm going to take it all as compliments.
It is. I mean, Josh and was it Josh that was hitting on you as well, or was it Phil?
He wasn't hitting on me. He was proposing to me. There's a big difference.
Jack's all over it. Jack's all over it like a cheap suit.
Simo says, "Drop the link, Emma. Let's get ratted in Berlin."
Drop the link.
Honestly, if everyone wants to join me, that is fine. All I want to do is go and get smashed in Berlin. It'd be great. Just drink too much beer. Maybe Throw up twice.
We should
My
road trip
hangovers are terrible. I will throw up all right. It's fine.
We should road trip it. We should take the Lord's Brewing Co van.
Yeah, now we're
I said to Chris, I'm going to buy my flights on the gym's account because it is technically a work thing.
I think we should drive it. Let's drive it. Berlin's not that far.
No, it's not actually, is it?
No, just drive there. Lord's Brewing Co van. We could get 6 in the van.
Oh, mate.
Done deal.
Pissed up road trip. It's going to be the best time ever.
Can you imagine that? And we could YouTube the whole thing on the way there.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, man.
That'd be epic. I'll be up for that. We have a label for band 1. Oh, Mike missed it. Mike, you missed it. It's halfway through. Do I show Mike? Mike, how much do you want to see it? Let me see. Let me share it just one more time, just for Mike. So, Mike, it's not finished. There's still loads to do, but it's going to look something like this. There you go.
Hooray!
Whee! Look at that. How cool is that? That's flipping cool. That's really cool.
I do like that. It's smart.
It is cool.
There's loads left to do on it. So when the finished product, it won't say Owen Scott on it for a start because that's not the same beer. But yeah,
I think it should say that just to confuse everyone.
He's on.
It's pretty mega. It's pretty mega. Yeah. Mike's like, it was a secret. It was a secret.
No.
Yeah, top secret. No.
You are in so much trouble.
I'm not. I reckon that's a collectible label. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's one people will like.
Simo says, if you spew, you're making more room for beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear out.
I mean, honestly, guys, my hangovers are pretty epic. It's become a bit of a laughing stock in the shop that, like, everyone knows when I am hungover because I'm just like, I'll be back in a minute. And I just have to go and be sick. And they're like, oh, God. And I'm like, yeah. I can't. I love my beer. I can't handle my beer.
Yeah, I get it. I feel your pain.
Yeah.
Jack says, God loves a trier. I've been told God knows how I'm trying. Cuba is my destination of choice.
I'd love to go to Cuba. If you buy my plane ticket, I will go with you.
Hey, there you go, Jack. Bye.
Emma's husband must be like.
I mean, I think by the sound of it, he's downstairs playing something on the PS4 with his mates. So I don't think he cares.
There you go. Are you still planning on getting you guys down to Somerset for the New Beer Festival for a weekend of drinking with me sometime? That is nothing like what Chris sounds. But he's really annoyed that I did that.
You sound like Chris now, John.
You sound like every actor on Warhorse. Where they're all putting on those accents right thick.
Right thick. My accent is like really strong. It's not like this. I say, "Oh, I like my beer with potatoes in it," and I got a combined harvester.
It sounds like you
got a combined harvester, and I'll give you the key.
That's it. It sounds like you was never learnt right, John. That's what it sounds like.
He does. Do you remember what was it, the Vicar of Dibley, where it's no parking in the upper lower field?
I'm too young for Vicar of Dibley.
No parking.
No parking in the upper lower field.
I used to love that program.
There were just cars everywhere. Words with John Lay. Oh, damn it. I'm in trouble. John got the established date wrong on the labels. It was actually March 2018. Actually, the company was incorporated in 2015. So the brewery only started in March 2018, but we did brew beer at somebody else's brewery in 2015. So that's when the company started. So there you go. And then Dibble put, I have not been hungover for years. Dibble doesn't drink.
Well, look at you.
He doesn't drink, but he likes to come and abuse us on the beer channels.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
So, I get it. I get it. Mike said, no, actually, it's when I joined. We weren't a brewery until Mike arrived. There you go. I'll take that, Mike. I'll take that. It's fine.
That's when it started.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what do you reckon, Mike? T1000. What do you think of the label design? Do you like it? The chat went awfully quiet. Everybody's gone very quiet.
Yeah. So everyone stop talking.
Or is it StreamYard sometimes?
I'm all buying tickets to the Berlin Beer Festival.
Yeah. Who is that?
Everyone's typing away.
Jack. Honestly.
Terrible.
Scandalous.
I don't know what to say. Thanks, T1000. Yeah.
Looks awesome, bud.
Awesome. Awesome.
That's totally awesome.
Very awesome.
That is so awesome.
I was going to ask you another question. I've got a question. Have I left any questions off my list, Emma, of questions that I was going to ask Emma?
Probably.
Yes. What other interests do you have other than beer and going to?
Wow. Let me plug my second business. I also make jewelry.
Hey.
Like these. I make earrings on the side. Basically my whole life is just revolving around craft in any form, whether it be beer or jewelry or gardening or anything like that. So yeah, got things to buy for your wives and lady friends. Go to Mother's Day, actually. Mother's Day, go check out Velvet Lemonade _store on Instagram or www.velvetlemonade.co.uk and find yourself some Mother's Day gifts and send them to your lovely mums.
Have you got Simo? Have you got that? Simo can stick it in the comments. Oh, sorry, I was meant to remove that and I had it.
Velvet Lemonade. There you are.
Yeah, that's my other thing. So I make ridiculous jewelry as well, and I've just done a collaboration to do some like amazing dried flower things as well for Mother's Day. Really ridiculous jewelry. It's all, stupid big earrings and silly things like that. But yeah, my interests are all just crafty, and so like this whole wall that you can't see is full of artwork, some of which I've done. Actually, this isn't one I've done. So this is, I'm going to do a cheeky little plug for Elle is done. So ELLE is DUNN. She's a local artist who drew this amazing digital art of Jim's Bottle Shop. Wow. This is my shop front.
Oh wow.
It's incredible.
What was that?
She did loads of all like the local businesses that she enjoys. She's one of my regulars, and she did all of the local businesses in the area. And honestly, this is just like, I was so blown away by the detail, because even the little things like my handwriting on this sign that's in the window, she's gone all out and done these beautiful prints. So yeah, she's incredible. I love everything she's done so far, but that was it just blew me away that she'd done all this artwork for all the local businesses, just places she likes to visit herself. So go and check her out. She's spectacular. ELLEISDUNN. Elle is done.
Elle is done.
I'm just making some people moderators. I realise I have no mods.
Well, that's why you're so far behind on all the comments, my love.
Simo, you should be a mod now. If you got any of those things, could you stick it in the old comments for me, my old boy? Go on, Shark. You can be a moderator. Where's Thomas? Trying to find. There he is. He can be a moderator if he's up for it.
You're going to make people jealous by doing this live, you know.
You're
going to cause uproar, and there's going to be like a little standoff. It's not going to be good.
Not everybody wants to be a moderator. So if you want to be a moderator, let me know. I'll make you a moderator. I'm not bothered at all. I've never needed moderators, to be totally honest, because we just don't have any drama. Which is
nice. That's nice.
Yeah, we've got good people. We don't get in. Oh, I know. I just don't want to get into it.
Now you've said it.
Yeah, you know what it is. I want. How do I say this without sounding like a pretentious plonker? I don't want what I put on YouTube to be anything other than uplifting and good fun. That's
fair enough. Yeah.
That's where I stand.
Yeah, the Horsforth community groups, which I am on purely from a business angle, it's useful to be on there to be able to advertise and to be able to sort of monitor anything people are saying about the shop and whatnot. Honestly, like the amount of negativity on those pages is just terrible. I'm like, this is supposed to be a community page where people are there to help each other, and all you do is slag each other off and like cause little wars and little factions that don't need to be there. And it's oh god, it drives me mad. I'm just like, mute it all.
It's painful. It's painful. Jack said, I was booking 2 business class tickets to Cuba. I'm back now. What are you going to do, Emma? What are you going to do, Emma, if he sends you a ticket?
Go to Cuba.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I?
So Michael, who works with me, used to
be in the jewelry business. He's told me this. Yeah. So yeah. I don't actually work with metal. I work with polymer clay, which is a very different thing altogether. So I am all about bright colours and ridiculousness and just like standing out from the crowd. So polymer clay lets me do that because you can mix so many different colours and make so many patterns, and everything can be really unique and different. Whereas silver, you're very limited. I have done a few silversmithing courses. I'm booked on another one that's been pushed back for the whole of last year. But everything I'm wearing on this one I made in Bali. So I work with silver as well, but I prefer to just my polymer clay is great.
Let me see my. So this is my friend's daughter made this. It's I'll turn it the other way around, otherwise you can't see it. It's a Rolex spoon.
Oh wow! So like a spoon that's been sort of manipulated into a ring.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And then I had her. So I found my mum gave me a load of stuff from when I was a little kid, and in it was some silver spoons that I'd been bought on my christening. And I sent them to my mate's daughter, and she made them into rings for my wife.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, they're like look massive on her fingers because her fingers are tiny. Yeah. I had another one that was made out of a silver half crown, and I lost it.
Oh mate.
I know.
That's upsetting, isn't it?
Solid silver, 80 quid, gone.
Yeah.
Brew Dog says, I never sounded like that.
Well, I never sounded like that.
He'll say
I
that,
love that.
Stop it, you.
Chris is going to kill me when he sees me. John, you need to check out Irish Craft Beer Guy, latest Instagram post. White Hag are doing a lurid green beer for St. Paddy's Day.
I love that idea.
I like White Hag. They're a good brewer.
So the bar I used to work at uni, it was called the Merchant Irish Bar. It was run by an Irish guy called Eddie Murphy. And he used to do, it was called the Screaming Leprechaun, and it was a shot that was the most disgusting shade of green you've ever seen. To this day, we don't know what he put in that shot, because he'd make up this massive batch of it, and he'd never tell any of us what was in it. But it was that lurid green. It was spectacular, and it got you really drunk.
I do.
I'm now regretting making Thomas the moderator. Block. Oh, gosh.
Right, if I go to a wee, are you going to let me on straight away again, or do I have to just sit quietly?
Well, I need to go for a wee as well, so it depends on who wants to go for a wee first.
No, I'm gone.
Just cut her off.
Poor Emma. She's awesome, isn't she?
She's going to a wee. Yeah, she's having a wee.
She's
Right.
a good lass. John, I'm fairly sure you're the nicest bloke in the world. I had my moments though, Simo. I can tell you, flipping Nora. I love the fact that you would say that though, because that wasn't the young John Slumbers at all.
I could see some Lord's beers.
Yeah, they're on the shelf up there. That's
Next to Brew.
Roy Cadillac Outlaw, which was done with Brock Berrigan, chill hop artist in New York.
Yeah.
Amaro Joe White Coffee Pale, and Winter Hill.
I could see some Salt. I could see
Yeah.
some Polly's Brew. Brew York. Don't know what the other one is. I can't see nothing now. I don't know what their ones at the bottom are. Oh,
Yeah, those bottom ones apparently are all vegan jobbies.
oh, are they?
Yeah.
Vegan.
Oh, look at this. My mods are on it, man, already. I knew you guys could do this.
On it. Pulls up my finger today.
I'm a nice bloke, honestly. Sobieski, you've got to be. Sobieski, do you want to be a mod? Because I'd totally put you on as a mod.
Kryptonite.
If you want to be one, I'd quite happily put you on there. I literally have gone from having no mods to having more mods than anybody ever.
17 mods.
I put me Dibble on, but he's so grumpy. Dibble would just block everyone. Like, it's just me. I love Dibble. He just makes me laugh. He's so grumpy. Have you ever seen what do they call it? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yeah.
You remember Marvin, the paranoid android?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Dibble's like, oh, I'm here. I bet you all hate me. That's what it's like. It's makes me laugh. I love him. Brilliant.
Love it. Oh, so I've had 2 beers. I don't fancy another one.
Yes, there's a problem. I've got a funeral tomorrow.
Have you?
Mm.
So you can't really turn up steam into that, can you?
No, especially as it's Lydia's granddad. Be a bit inappropriate.
Oh, Christ, yeah. Jesus.
How long has that been? From the point of him dying to the funeral? It's been ages.
That's like a month ago, wasn't it? He's part.
It's mental. Emma's here. Shall we just leave her down there? She's like,
Yeah,
well, are you let me in or not?
You got let me in, you bastard.
Again, it's been a couple of minutes. You're not paying attention.
That was a quick wee. That was a quick wee. A credit.
Well, I've got to be quick. I'm used to having to be quick so that I'm like not abandoning the bar.
There you go.
Right, I am now going for a wee. I will see you shortly.
John's turn for wee.
Go.
Go, John. Can you beat Emma's record of 30
I bet you can't.
No chance. He's got to
Gotta be
find
fast.
it, and then he'll miss the toilet, and then,
And it'll just make a mess and get in trouble.
everywhere.
Oh, it's not worth it.
And then lids will
No.
find out, and then he's got to tidy it up. And,
And then he gets all stressed, and then not worth it.
It'll all go wrong. It'll all go wrong. Paul is asking, are we all looking forward to being able to drink outside with Pal?
Yes.
Cannot wait.
I honestly cannot wait to have customers in again and just have it's nice that everyone is still coming in to buy beers, and you get that bit of chat, but it's not the same. Like Friday nights and Saturday nights are just so boring.
Yeah.
So boring.
It's not nice. I've ordered a lot of beer online. I've been drinking better beers from home and things like that, watching a lot of the live streams. But I do miss getting out.
Human interaction, isn't it? And just the back and forth that comes from actually being in a group together. Like, I think we all miss it. I think we all miss it. It's can't wait. Cannot wait to get back out there, beer in the fresh air. My biggest worry is if people are going to be nervous about being in that close contact again, and whether people are still going to be a bit like, oh, it's a bit busy there, and not really sure. Because like with me being such a small bar as well, it is that. I think
the ones that will be nervous about it are probably the ones that weren't there in the first place before we kicked off the most.
Yeah, the rest of us will all be there just like,
nothing ever happened. It'll all be fine.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to just hug people and just stand too close and be generally weird again.
That's it. You go full on, just hugging everyone, spitting in each other's mouths, like nothing ever happened.
Licking their faces, all the things that we miss doing.
So much spit out
Oh, soon. I honestly, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I've got a whole beer garden to finish before 12th of April, so I've got my work out.
Heat is on.
I can do it. I'm stubborn.
Go on then. You're creative, obviously, so there you go. That's right up your alley, isn't it?
Yeah, and it is an alleyway as well, so very good.
There you go.
That'd be awesome. I've got to admit, it could screw up deliveries. Because I'm thinking...
What could?
Well, when you're serving beer, if it's like on a Friday, last delivery, van might end up left in Horsforth, cab home, sat in a beer garden, drinking beer.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I can't wait, honestly.
We're doing a beer cocktail as well with Kick-Ass Cocktail Company. Who they had a bar in Leeds, who obviously the bar went under and they can't afford to do everything again. They've had to give up their venue, which was in Leeds City Centre. So they've gone purely to the wholesale side of stuff, and their cocktails are fantastic. And they want to do a beer cocktail with us. So we're thinking like a beerlini. So that'd be amazing having that on tap. But you'll just have to not deliver, you'll have to come and not be delivering beer and actually come and just get smashed with me one night.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? It's having a few beer. And if I have too much to drink, I either end up really just silly or I get really emotional. I used to get really violent, but those days are long since gone. I tend not to drink a lot when I'm out because I don't want to go home and go, what the chuff did I say?
Oh, honey, if you want to come and cry and say how much you love me,
it's not good. Do you know, right, once, this funny story. So, this is years ago, and me and some of the lads that I knew from the village that I was living in, we all went to Manchester for a night out. Never been to Manchester before. It's very disjointed as a night out. Like, stuff is all over the place.
Yeah, there's very distinct districts, isn't there? All the way around Manchester. Everywhere has their own district. Yeah.
And I got lost. And I didn't know where I was. And I remember being so frustrated and being like, I'm I'm lost. I don't know how to get home. I don't know where the train station is. I don't know anything. I hadn't really been. I'd never been to Manchester. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know what the train station was called. I didn't know that it was.
I mean, there's 5 train stations.
Yeah, well, this is it. But that was what made it worse. I'm like, which train station do I go from? Anyway, I just drank myself into oblivion. This is like a long time ago, and I woke up the next day and I had the most horrendous hangover. And I turned over and there's this girl there. And I was like, what the hell? And like, I was like down to my boxers. I'm thinking, what the hell happened?
You got raped. Love it.
No. Apparently, this girl found me. This is a sad story about it. It's not a story of, oh yeah, and I pulled and it was. No, this girl found me crying in a stairwell in a nightclub.
Oh, John!
And I was just stood in the corner, apparently crying, going, how have I done this to myself? How am I going to get home? I had lost my phone and my wallet, but I had my house key. That's all I had. And she was like, are you okay? Apparently she was like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm not okay. I've lost my mates. I've lost my wallet. I've lost my phone. I don't know where the chuff I am. And she was like, I'll get you home. So she just got me. She said, I got to the train station and I was going to put you on the train, but you looked in such a bad way that I thought you're either going to fall asleep or worse on the train. And so she's like, I'll smeg it. And so she got on the train with me, took me all the way home, and she said I couldn't get the key in the door. So she wasn't even sure that it was my house. And then got me in the house, and apparently I got in the door and just passed out. That was it. I was done. And so she managed to coax me back to life, got me upstairs, got me undressed because apparently I was wet through because apparently I'd stood in the rain somewhere.
Like you do.
Yeah, and so she was like, and I didn't know where, like, I didn't know if there was anybody else in your house, so I just slept next to you, and she was fully clothed.
That is an incredible story.
I was like, honestly, she saved my life. Goodness knows what could have happened to me that night.
Oh,
yeah.
Pal. That's
it was a rough night. Rough night.
That sounds like a proper rough night. Really bad.
Awful. That was a terrible time in my life as well at the time. No, too hammered. I'll block everyone. I don't want the responsibility. Evening Chemical, you guys will be able to drink outside in a few weeks. Are you looking forward to it? Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
We were just saying how much we were looking forward to that. So.
The only thing is it rains in Yorkshire all the time, especially Huddersfield.
No. This time last year, it started to turn really, really nice, and we had a very long string of good weather.
Yeah, that's true.
So don't you dare be pessimistic.
When we went into the first lockdown, it was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Really nice. For a long time, it just seemed like we had good weather for months on end.
I was just really jealous because everybody else was like, Instagram, oh, look at me walking, oh, I'm having a beer, I'm doing all this, and I was flipping working my nuts off.
Same. I was like walking around Horsforth delivering all the local beer boxes that I could possibly carry in one go, and I was like, I'm so knackered. I'd love to be furloughed right now. I'd love to have 3 months off. That'd be grand.
John brought it on himself, though, to be fair. Contacted people saying, can I send you some beer, please?
Yeah,
to be fair, he was pestering me. So
that's what I do. That's what I do well.
He does. He was proactive. To give him credit, he was proactive.
Well, I could have sat there and let it all go to the dogs.
Yep.
But I just thought to myself, I've got to keep going. I've got to do something. And also, to be honest, if I'd sat back and just watched the business sink into a hole, I think it wouldn't have done my mental health any good or anything.
No, I'm the same. You've got to keep going, haven't you, and have something to focus on. Otherwise, you just can't do it.
And you feel better.
I would have hated to have been furloughed, actually. I think I'd have really struggled with it all. I need to have constant engagement with something. So it's the only way to cope.
Yeah.
I'm just looking here. Simo says, Michael, I've never had a bad interaction with John. So it looks like Michael's trying to take something out on me.
You never trust that John lad.
Oh, Emma, do you have a website? If so, do you deliver outside around the UK?
We do have a website, but we do only deliver in Leeds postcodes at the minute. We were delivering further out, but it was just the cost of it for somewhere so small wasn't worth it. It just became a bit of a pain. So Leeds local delivery only. And to be honest, no one's ordered anything because people are enjoying it at the minute. It's like, well, it's a chance to get out and go and chat to someone. So no one's ordering online because it means they can come and actually have a chat.
Yeah,
which is great.
We've seen it. We've seen a bit of a slowdown in the last couple of weeks, definitely for sure.
Yeah, I think people are so desperate to get out and talk to someone, aren't they, and just actually interact with people that they're not bothered about ordering online.
I'm itching to get into a tap room. I think that's the main thing I'm really looking forward to doing. Getting into a tap room.
Yeah.
Or just anywhere that isn't Leeds at the minute. Not even that. Anywhere that isn't Horsforth, I'm excited to go to. Anywhere that isn't LS18, get me out there.
I feel like that about Dibble's. Actually, thinking about it, Dibble last year has been the same as the last 5 years. I find it hard leaving the house. I get it. I get that. I know I was always someone that's out all the time doing stuff, making stuff, taking my kids on adventures and stuff. And I'll go back to that. But I do think that this lockdown has given me appreciation for the introverts in this world. And like my brother-in-law, Nathan, absolutely loves this. It's like it's his perfect dream.
There's a very strong divide, isn't there, with that? I think it's definitely taught me the positives of slowing down and enjoying what's there. So like last summer, first lockdown, being able to actually have barbecues with all my mates and everyone being there and it not being, no one was, oh, well, I've got to get to work or whatever. That was really lovely to actually, no one had plans because we all work in this industry. It was really nice that everyone could be in one place because that's a rare occasion. And that was beautiful to get to actually enjoy friendships properly like that. But yeah, I think introverts are loving it because they're like, I don't have to talk to anyone ever again. And the rest of us are like, give me some friends. It's a really clear divide.
It's true. I think I realised how much more I need other people. I need human interaction more than I thought. And I think I found myself, I don't know about you, Paul. Well, you're doing gardening and you're out and about anyway, aren't you? But
yeah, I'm
you're a kindergartner, love.
I'm a gardener. I'm a gardener.
Oh, yeah.
Aye.
What sort of like flowery gardener or vegetable gardener?
Bit of both, really. Just general maintenance. If someone wants a veggie pack dug, I'll dig it and then I'll plant it for them. But it's mainly maintenance. You're doing your lawns, doing your hedges, doing all that malarkey. So
nice.
I'm outside all the time. So I've been lucky. Apart from the last couple, I've been busy. So I'm happy. I've been able to go out. That's the main thing. Yeah,
and you're still getting to sort of interact with people as well, aren't you? I suppose.
Yeah, to a degree. To a degree. So some people are quite. Some of the older customers are a little bit paranoid. They'll stay indoors and wait for it going out. But most people are out saying hello. So yeah, it's quite good.
It's I think for me, because I was just delivering beer, people did want to talk and like. I did have a chat with people, but if I had a busy day and I had like 20, 30 deliveries, you've got to go. And I found myself I lost track of normality. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I started getting like anxious and stressed about stuff that wasn't even a thing.
Yeah, I've noticed that with a lot of customers as well. There's been, and I find as well, it's everyone at once. I'll have a week where everyone coming in the doors is like in the same mindset, and everyone's really struggling, or everyone's really buoyant and happy. And I just think it all depends on what's been on the news and everything else. And the weather has a massive impact on people's moods at the minute.
Mm.
But yeah, there is that really clear sort of pattern to behaviour where everyone is really insulated in a way in their own kind of, yeah, the lack of human interaction is really starting to get to people, I think, now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's me. Jack, there's some drama between Simo and Jack. Simo, have I made a massive mistake? Jack, I trust you. Don't let me down. Don't let me down.
What have they done?
Lords Brinko, being lost in Manchester is not so bad. I was drunk and lost in Japan. Wow, holy smokes.
Whoa.
Can you imagine that?
Sod that.
I got lost in Greece once, in Athens.
I would be lost anywhere in the world right now as long as it wasn't the UK, to be fair.
I'm so fed up with. I do love our country, but I can't wait to go on holiday. My goal is, I have one goal that I want to fulfill when I come out of lockdown and we can go on holiday as a family. I would like to take my kids on holiday on an aeroplane. We've never flown somewhere as a family.
Oh, that'd be incredible.
I think they like that. Also, I feel like a proper tightwad because other kids say to my kids, "Oh yeah, we went on an aeroplane and we went to Spain and we went here. Oh, the aeroplane was amazing." And my kids go, "Oh yeah, my dad drives our VW bus across Europe."
Yeah, but why not? There's some incredible. I kind of enjoy that slower pace on a holiday. It's quite nice.
I didn't get on a plane till I was 16. I don't think.
No, well, I didn't. I was 14. Or
Yeah,
15.
we used to go. We used to get the ferry over to France, and we'd sort of go to France for a long time.
Jack, I won't.
Going back to getting lost, my parents had to send the. They had to send the police helicopter out for me, my brother, and my cousin in France. Because we were in the Valley of No Return and we were ahead of everyone else and we took a wrong turning on this trail and we didn't know we were lost. We were having a grand old time. We were like 15, we were walking through the woods, we were loving life, and then like 5 hours later we weren't where we were meant to be and they had to send the police helicopter out to look for us.
Wow. How much
we were in so much trouble.
I've never got lost. I've been absolutely off my tits, but I've like so many times. And I've woken up the next morning not knowing how, but I've always got back either home or a hotel or wherever I was staying at the time. I've always got back there. I've never.
Other people thought you were lost because that's the difference. You might not think you're lost, but everyone else might.
I've had people say, "Where did you go, man?" Like,
there you go then.
1 minute we was all having it, next minute you were gone, and I was like, "I don't know. I don't know where I went. I don't know who I was with. Don't know how I got back to the hotel, wherever. But I always end up getting back to the right place."
We've all got that friend. We all have that friend that just disappears on a night out.
That's normally me out of my own daftness. I normally stop to talk to someone. And then I lose track of time. Everybody goes and I'm still there. And then I'm like, oh, I must go. My mates are waiting outside. And they look at me with this like dazed look of, you've been here for an hour and a half. My mates are gone. And then I'm like, what the hell?
They've abandoned me.
I'm not. Now I don't drink much when I go out. I really don't. But I've been lost loads of times. I once. Oh gosh, should I tell this story? It's kind of fun. So it was really, really cold, and I was walking back, and I wasn't fully lost, but I was like, it is going to be a long walk home. And I got so cold that I was like, I'm going to flipping die of hypothermia. So I went into this people's gardens looking for a shed. And I went in all these different gardens. And then I found this Wendy house, and I went in, and it had like a little duvet and some carpet and stuff like that. And I managed to like huddle up in there, and I was all right. It was still freezing, but I was comfy, and I fell asleep. Anyway, next morning I woke up and I was like, holy cow. You know, like, it seems like a really good idea at the time, but then later on, not such a good idea. This is the problem. You should not drink too much, children. And I was like, I need to get out. I need to go home. So I'm looking out of these little square windows and this little tiny door that I've come in, and I'm like, holy cow, where am I? And I thought, I've got to get out. So I went out, and I thought, no one's seen me. And then as I got further down the garden, they had like a patio door, and they were around the table eating their breakfast.
Oh, no.
You're so lucky you weren't arrested. Or were you arrested?
No, I just, I was like waved and just went down their pathway, and I flipping sprinted like as fast as I could. Another year, it was New Year's Eve, and we were drinking. It was New Year's Eve, and we used to go to this bowling club because the beer was cheap. And the next day, I went to pick my car up, and I had an old Sierra, a 2-litre GLX Sierra, and it had a Sierra Cosworth body kit, bonnet, and all the bits on it. It was slow as chuff, but it looked like a Cosy.
Oh, good.
And the bonnet was all bent. The windscreen was smashed. The sunroof was all like kicked in. Roof was dented. Boot lid, spoiler broken. I was like, oh my gosh, someone's done my car in. I was like losing my mind. It was me.
You've done over your own car.
Apparently, I'd come out of the bowling club and jumped up and started jumping all over my car.
What were you on?
I don't know. I don't remember doing it.
Did you lose? Were you angry?
I was quite angry with myself, and then I had to drive it home, which was shameful. And then my dad literally was. I remember him lying in the lawn in our garden, laughing his head off. He was absolutely. Yeah. I thought he was going to die laughing because he thought it was the funniest thing. He was like, "What's happened to your car? Who did that?" And I was like, "I did it last night coming out of the bowling club." And he was like, "You flipping idiot." And then he saw the look on my face and he just lost it laughing. So, yeah.
I think I would too, to be fair. That's pretty ridiculous.
Crashing your own car. That's well, I've never had nothing like that before.
No.
I was a proper idiot when I was younger. You have no idea.
Just when you were younger?
Well, yeah. Well, maybe my wife would probably tell you now as well. But somebody asked my mum once and said, was John really that bad? Because he seems like a lovely guy now. I can't believe that he was ever that bad. And she was eating a roast dinner. We were in the Toby Carvery. She put a knife and fork down. And she went, when there's a helicopter over your garden and men with guns in the garden, you know your son's gone too far. I was like, well, this is awkward, Mum. Thanks for that. I was hoping you'd say, no, he's not that bad. Yeah.
Everyone's watching this now thinking, what? John's the nicest guy in beer and all that.
I didn't used to be. I was horrible. I'll hold my hands up.
He's lived 2 lives, this man. He's lived 2 lives.
That's why I spend all my time now trying to do good things because I don't want to be like that.
I just want to apologise. I've got like a thorn stuck between 2 of my fingers and I'm just trying to squeeze it out because
I'd love to get in at that.
I bet you would. I women and doing things like that. I want to squeeze something. I've got to squeeze something out.
Let me at it. When I used to be a teaching assistant, and whenever the kids got like a splinter or anything, it was always go see Mrs. Bond. She'll sort it out, and I'd be there like, right, let me get it. Love it.
Have you got one of them spots on the back of your finger?
Aye.
Have you got like one of them spots on the back of your finger? Is that what it is?
Well, no, it's literally a thorn. A thorn right in between the webbing between the two.
That's irritating, though, isn't it?
I'm putting my wedding ring on, and it's rubbing. I'm like, what is it rubbing on? I've just realised there's a thorn stuck in my finger there, so I'm just like, ow. So I'm trying to get the bugger out. So
Thomas says he got lost in Afghanistan.
I want to hear that story now.
What's that? Yeah, go Thomas, go.
Wow.
All right.
That's a story and a half. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Thanks, Jack. Yeah, that's me. Church guy. That's where I'm at.
Excuse me.
Then we stop at Jack Howard. Jack, you're meant to be our moderator. You're not meant to be ripping it out of us. Honestly. Well, I've caught up with comments. There you go.
Cool.
Well done.
How'd that happen?
How do you know?
11 people now. We're heading towards 11 on what night is it? It's Wednesday.
School night.
Shall we go to 11 and then call it a day?
I think that makes sense. That makes sense.
You watch now. The comments will go flipping minute. Yeah. Look at that. No, it's only one. Hope you're all well, folks. I mean, we're all right.
Hello, Tommy.
Plodding on.
How you doing, buddy? How you doing, Tommy?
So, Emma, I thought you did mail order.
No, we did for a few over Christmas. I did some tasting beer box nights for people who wanted Christmas parties and stuff, where I sort of did all their beer tasting notes for them and everything else. But it was such a pain in the backside to organise and send everything out that we just thought, oh, we'll stick with local delivery. But no one's ordered anything online for so long because people are like, no, we want to come in and see you. We want to come for a chat. Friday nights, I have a queue down the street and everyone waits. Like, people come in and I have a 15-minute chat and then I'm like, right, time's up, off you go. And the next person comes in and we get a 15-minute chat and, right, you've got to go now. I've got someone.
Brilliant.
So it's just sort of become like that now on a weekend.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
We constantly get requests for people coming to the brewery, but we don't want them to come in because we can't risk it. So we're like, no, we'll send it to you. We'll deliver it free if you're local, but don't come down.
Yeah. Whereas I'm just like, come and see me. I'm like, for God's sake, someone come and talk to me. So.
I bet Emma watches Pimple Popper.
Oh, Dr. Pimple Popper is my hero. She's amazing. I do love Dr. Pimple Popper. I won't lie.
I've seen the footage of that, and I'm just like,
I mean, some of them, I'm like, absolutely not. But oh God, it is very satisfying.
Yeah, I
know a lot of people who love it though. There's a massive portion of people that I know, and they're all women. Women are just like, let me get it.
I totally love it as well.
Do you?
Oh,
I
totally love it.
It's so enjoyable. So enjoyable.
It's disgusting, but brilliant.
It's really satisfying, isn't it?
Paul's like, No, honestly, but you know what? You know those things that look like where they've got like lots of, have you ever seen the thing where it's like lots of black dots in a hand or like lots of hands together? You know that advert with loads of hands together? Turns me inside out.
I saw that.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that comment then.
I saw one. They were squeezing a massive one on the top of a bloke's back.
Oh, they're not nice though. The ones where it's big, horrible cysts, they're horrible.
It looked like there was a load of cheddar coming out of it. I was just like,
yeah, no, they're not nice. But where it's just nice, tidy little blackheads and things, that's really lovely. But not when it's big, nasty things. No, we don't like that.
Disgusting.
I was showing Kobe on the TV on YouTube that like these. I've got a lump on the back of my head that's got to be whipped out at some point, and I was like, "Oh, this is what they're going to do."
You with a scalpel.
Yeah, man, I'd be up for it. I just want to look at it after. And I was like, because he got really panicked. He was like, "Oh, is it cancer, Dan?" I said, "It's not cancer. It's just some people get lumps in their head." And I said, "It's nothing. You know, don't worry about it." And I showed him some videos, and then he started crying.
I mean, they are pretty minging. They are. They are pretty minging. But like, I don't like the big cyst ones, to be fair. But if it's just, yeah,
Ooh.
sometimes they're a bit much. Paul had one on his head actually a couple of years ago. He had like a little one on his head, and I went to doctors with him. I was like, I want to watch this. He's like, you're not coming with me. You're such a weirdo. I was like, just let me. He was like, no, because you'll headbutt the doctor and do it yourself. Awful.
That's not good.
Satisfying though.
Dibble put, I used to be a nice guy, but then mental health gave me a kick in the head, and now I'm a grumpy old git. Ah, Dibble. There's always a way back, though, mate. There's always a way back. That feeling you get when you get a splinter out, it's bloody up there, I'll tell you.
I think I've just got it out, but now it's just sore.
New Dr. Pimple Popper, if you look it up, navel stones, that's rough.
Oh, I don't know about navel stones. I can see another comment about bot flies, and bot flies creep me out a bit much. They're a bit too far. Sorry, Jack. Bot flies are a bit much. Like, it's not the same. I don't want to, like, they bury their way into you, and it's just not okay. It's like watching something out of Alien.
You ever seen a video of that geezer who they pulled a massive spider out of his ear?
Yeah. No.
Mate.
That's all too far. That's all.
Bruv, I saw that and I was just like, why am I watching this? Why am I watching this? Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. But you get drawn in, don't you? And that's it. You just, next thing you know, 3 hours later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it? You go down that YouTube wormhole.
Yeah.
I found some weird but funny stuff. I found this sport called, what do they call it now? There's trophy trucks, and then there's another one called something trucks pickup, and basically they buy old scrap pickup trucks and old like 4x4s, tough truck, and they set up like an arena with all these bumps in it and holes and jumps and it's regular old people just driving these trucks through these things. They smash them to bits. And I was like, this is amazing.
That sounds like it to be on a weekend.
Oh, man. It's like watching Emma take a driving test. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Tommy McAllister said, can I be a mod, John? I don't know, Tommy. Do you want to be a mod? If you want to be a mod, you can be mod.
You're going to make everyone mods, and it's just going to cause a war.
I have got quite a lot of mods. I'm looking up the comments now, and it's like a blue sea.
Oh, well, there you go. You've just caused more problems than it's worth.
I know. It's bad, isn't it? Well, it's one of them, isn't it? You've got to... Why not? There you go, Tommy. You're a mod. I've got so many mods. Ain't no one bringing no negativity to my channel anytime soon.
I'd like to see them even try.
Yeah, my mods to subs ratio is very high.
Night, Simo.
Night, Simo, see you later, mate.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, Jack's going to want to say goodbye about 4 times now if you say babe.
Half a needle? Ooh.
Oh.
How?
Wow. I've stuck a screwdriver through my hands a few times.
Ooh.
Like these ones here.
I remember someone at school when it was messing around with a pencil and stabbed into my hand, and I had the lead of the pencil stuck in my hand.
I once stepped on a nail on a flight of stairs when I was little. You know, like Marvin, where he fell on steps on it. I had one of them moments when I was young. And the thing rogered in right in the middle of my foot. And I was like just in agony at the top of the stairs. And my dad had to come and like gradually pull it out of my foot. And I was
God, that sounds horrible.
Bad.
I know a few people who've had the sole of their foot tattooed, and I just don't know how they've done that.
I couldn't do it. I'd laugh my ass off. It ruined the tattoo.
One of my friends, he's got his armpit and the sole of his foot tattooed, and I was just like, why? I'm covered in tattoos, but I'd never get tattoos in those 2 places. That's just too far. Like, that would be pain.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not the one.
No.
I've done it with little screwdrivers when I've got like a you know your window buttons in your Golf. Those you can sometimes repair, but you've got to like unclip the surround off the circuit board, and sometimes they're really stiff. And I've done it before where I've slipped with a smaller than this, and then gone woof.
Oh no!
It's like that, and you're like,
no. My worst is when I'm not paying attention if I'm chopping veg, and I like take the end of my. Luckily, it's usually just my nail, but you know when you feel like it's a bit too close to your actual finger. Whoa, do that quite a bit. I should probably just pay more attention.
No, I know that feeling. Michael's off to bed. No, I've done a
Hi,
similar thing.
Michael.
Now that sounds wrong, but the hole left in the skin after it comes out really fascinates me.
Oh, is that with the botflies? Oh.
Nah, I don't do wounds and things. I can't.
The Blue Spanner Army. It, man. Standing on Lego. Oh my gosh.
Horrible feeling.
Man, having 3 kids and one of them absolutely obsessed with Lego. This is not. It's a thing that happens in the day, at night. Could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Staying on Lego, not the one.
Or a plug. That's it, a plug.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We've all done it. Have you done that, Paul? I've done that.
I've stood on a plug. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never stood on Lego. I've stood on a plug though.
Yeah, I've done both. I tell you what though, the worst thing, and it wasn't painful. It was worse because what it was I was house sitting for my grandparents, and they have like an aviary with loads of doves and things, and one of the baby doves had fallen out of the aviary, and I didn't realise and stood on it barefoot. That is worse than the pain of standing on a Lego. Oh God! To this day, that was maybe 15 years ago, and I'm not over it. Worse,
Wow.
like that feeling was worse than. I'd rather take the pain of standing on a Lego every single day for the rest of my life than have to do that again.
I just think the feet in general, when they get hit, that shit hurts.
Yeah.
Certain parts of the body. Where just
Yeah, stubbing your toe is just.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. You have to dance. You learn a whole new language, don't you? When you stub your toe, you start
Funny bones.
jumping around, sounding like an Apache Indian, don't you? You know, what the hell? Oh, it's awful. That's me anyway. Not good.
Jack says I've got a soul man tattooed on my bottom, on the bottom of my foot.
I really hope you do. That's too bad.
What would be funny is, there's a fish called a sole.
Yeah.
Put on the sole of your foot.
That's what I'm getting for my next tattoo then, John. It's not. I'm sorry.
Epic.
I'm not doing it.
Do it.
No. I've got my next one planned, and it ain't that.
Now, how many tattoos you got, Emma?
I don't know. Enough.
That many.
Yeah, not loads. A lot of big ones, but I'm trying to do a quick recce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Wow.
11 big ones.
Yeah, and you never know it. But yeah, just one more. The guy who's done my last 3 he's a regular customer in the shop, and he's doing the mural for the beer garden. We're having a big mural painted along the back, so I've got him doing all of that because he's an amazing artist. So it'll be great getting that done. He is EJI Tattoo. If anyone wants to check him out, he's pretty bloody good.
EJI Tattoo. I want some of those. They're just bloody expensive.
If you've got tattoos and you can't see them, they must all be on your bottom. That's what I reckon.
Yes, every single one of them is on my backside.
It looks like a roadmap of the underground.
It is, in fact, a roadmap of the underground. How did you know?
Everyone's got a tattoo on their bum, haven't they? They got the letter W on both cheeks. That one.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
Class. Or the little the guy shoveling coal into you.
No, that's not one. Sorry.
Great.
I'm really sorry, Emma.
You should get the man with the little stick man with the lawnmower on your head, just like.
Do that. I should definitely do that.
It would work with me.
Amazing.
When I was a kid, my dad had an apprentice. My dad was a Sparky, and he had an apprentice, and he was a karate British champion, but he was always getting himself in trouble. I remember we were on a building site once. My dad hid him in the loft because the police turned up because he'd been in a pub and battered a bunch of people.
Oh,
And they were trying to find him to arrest him. He once got my dad in a headlock because my dad pinned him down. My dad was a big guy, pinned him down and was messing, tickling and being stupid. And he got my dad in a headlock and he passed out. He's got a dodgy heart. And he ended up in hospital and they were trying to get him and saying, oh, and he said, no, it was my son. He was messing around. He didn't say it was him. And he had a tattoo around his neck, and it was like a dotted line with the scissors, like you used to get. He was a flipping brute, the nicest guy. Honestly, lovely lad, but flipping wild. He was absolutely wild. Jack's trying to get night babes off here. Look.
Oh, night, Jack babes.
Good night, Jack babes. Ideally, that's what he said. Be very specific.
Night, Jack babes. Sleep tight, darling.
And then Gary's like, shots.
Shots.
He's trying to get us in. This is something that happens on Spice and Easy, where they end up drinking shots.
Oh no.
Do they actually drink shots, or do they just nominate the people hosting the show to drink shots so they can watch us get drunk and laugh at us? That's my theory.
Well, it all depends on the shot, doesn't it? What's your go-to shot?
I would say Jägermeister, but I very rarely have it.
Oh no, get out.
I love it.
No. Vile stuff.
Well, I'm gonna. Oh look, John. This was a great live because we get to hear about the beer industry from different perspectives, even if it's across the pond. Indeed, and also Emma is just honestly, there's not enough women in the beer trade that are.
No, we're going to take over soon, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I'm still here and could sink another. Well,
I thought it was off.
I thought it was off. It's still here. They're all just trying to get Emma to say bye, babe. Shane's off. Beer review with Thomas. Thomas, I'll see you on Monday. All the crew. So you three, if you stay here, what we'll do is we'll end broadcast, but we can still stay in the chat. And Shane says, evening all. Spanner and a night, Jack babes. I'm unhappy, man. We're actually gaining people already. We went down to 10 and then we went up to 13 a minute ago. So yeah.
Nice.
We're going to end it here. Thank you, Emma, for coming on and talking to us about Jim's Bottle Shop and all the wonderful things that you do in beer.
Anytime.
We'll have to get you on another time because I'm going to get.
I've really enjoyed it.
Have you had fun?
I have. It's been nice.
And thank you, Paul, for coming on and helping me out as you always do.
A pleasure, as ever.
I've never got a wee if you hadn't turned up.
Sitting there in a puddle, wouldn't you, mate?
It would have just been both of us just disappearing, just our chairs, just been like, we'll both be back in a minute.
Yeah. Like,
entertain yourselves.
Yeah. Well, we've done it before. We've gone, talk about yourselves. Yeah. Thanks, Sobieski. Cheers. I'm glad. I hope you guys all really enjoyed that. Paul, do you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
There you go. Emma, do you want to say goodbye?
Bye, babes.
I'll say goodbye. And as Sharp put it, see you savages on Saturday.
Saturday.